what to do. Smooth things over between posterior and what's her name? Ilara. Lara. It's one. Wait, the one that's dating Ace right now is Gary, right? Alright. Alright, 3 things to do. Need to clear up the misunderstanding between those two. Okay. Next is somehow find out that Ruktha and he who consumes are fighting. And then check up on Gary and Ace.
Let me try to see if I got
Deals.
it. Yep, Gary has indeed been promoted to your lieutenant. You are the captain, and Zwei is vice captain.
E. If if Steel ever establishes a royal family or like nobility, right?
Yeah.
I have a motto. I cringe. Uh, Never forget those who we lost and vengeance upon the yellow sails.
That's the motto of your. That's the
Starting with
motto.
it early tonight, aren't you?
Maybe. And I also have a logo in mind for it. The coat of arms. Kilseed's sword in the center between two chains intertwining. At the top of the chain is like disintegrating, and the canary getting stabbed. I think it was a canary.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that. How's your shoulders, Screech?
Still sore. It doesn't help that my default sleeping position is on it.
Damn.
That is.
Yeah.
That's also my sleep. Like I sleep on my side mostly.
Yeah, I'm a side sleeper.
I think I'm also a side sleeper.
But today will gonna be like temporary return.
I wanna see temporary deal and
It's
it's
already
right.
seen temporary.
I don't remember. Was it Mickey Mouse? No. I feel like you're gonna get copyright strike.
Just use the black and white one.
Hell yeah. Baba is the Ira L. Baba plushie.
Yes. Extremely low.
We I haven't seen Steels.
Be funny if Steels was like big and Bara.
Suddenly it's just
Hell yeah.
Suddenly it's just a shiny Charmander.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot to check.
Literally a yellow Charmander.
Damn.
Char, char, char. Well, technically, kobolds can. Well, no, actually, after the update, we kobolds can no longer learn how to fly
I know.
because that's been moved to the
Dragon Blood.
Dragon Bones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bor, give me the kobold PF2 ancestry feats, please.
You mean
Remember the update ones?
it should be here.
I don't see it.
What's that one example?
I remember the level 21. I don't remember the name, but it's you gain temporary hit points.
Not here yet. Probably because of Dragon Blood. Oh wait, no, Dragon Blood's already here.
I can still see winglet flight on kobolds. Imperial Dragon Push, what is this? Heaven Scribe Kobold Heritage. Okay, so
that's the
some
one.
stuff are here.
Yeah, right there.
Huh, so I just need to... What's the name then? Indomitable Spirit, maybe? Oh, okay, definitely not this one. Benefactor's Majesty. Oh, is it this one? Benefactor's Majesty?
Winglets is still here.
E. Animal Soul Siblings.
Oh, those are like
Ooh.
for anyone. Anyone can. Like
Empathy Incarnate. Oh, I can't do this, but Hikari can pick it up.
What? Okay, incarnate.
Yeah. Level 5 Ancestry Feat.
Reincarnation. That's for reincarnated people. If Steel dies and he gets reincarnated, then we give it to him.
Friend of the Family. Heaven Scribe Kobold Heritage. I don't know if you meet someone who is political set. Oh, okay, this is definitely not gonna make any. That's not gonna come into play at all. Reincarnate Ridiculer. Ooh. Ooh. Between the Scales, what's this? Ooh. Backstab Betrayed. Ooh. Ooh.
Maybe a backstabber. God damn.
Close quarters. If you're small or smaller, you can end your movement in the same. Okay. Haha, I can share the same space as an ally.
Hmm.
Basically tiny.
E. Fey Ascension!
Oh
What
no,
does
he
this
found the
do?
face stuff.
Ah, it's this one.
No.
This is the thing that Typo was looking at.
No, he found the face stuff. Not
Recommends
permitted.
increase the number of times you can cast. He's just gonna fail against okay, stronger.
Rex getting into the face stuff, it reminds me of that one meme. The little German boy, don't go into the weed cave.
Oh my god.
God damn.
You seem somewhat familiar.
No, you don't. You see no one. No one was there.
I sense malevolence. Ooh.
There's nothing
Kaiju's
malevolent.
footfalls.
Haha, you found the kaiju.
You did my kaiju combo. Damn you. If you think about it, a kaiju kobold as a guardian will be a perfect combo.
Walking slow.
No, I mean just like the intercept stuff, right? Cause what is it called? Intercept strike requires you to be adjacent to your allies, right? So if you are enlarged, you're covering more space. So it'll be easier to just trigger it.
Wonder how you're gonna be managing your people.
Poorly.
So I played a game from my past earlier this week.
Do tell.
Which game?
Gauntlet Legends for the Nintendo 64.
Sounds familiar.
Let me find a thing.
Wait, what? Zombie Horde? What's this? Ooh. That's odd.
I'll post a picture of gameplay and I'll also post like the cover.
Why is cutlery under consumables? Oh, because it's
Time to
ammo
eat it.
for the gun.
There you go.
Mm.
Is this like an RPG?
Sort of.
Oh, by
It
Midway.
was yeah, it was originally an arcade cabinet game.
Uh-huh.
So you pick between the wizard, the Valkyrie, the barbarian, or the archer, and then you go through dungeons. Monsters come out of those like generators. You get gold. You could buy items between missions.
Uh-huh.
And then eventually they started having home port releases. And then I realized, oh no, the main demon dude is hot. I don't remember this from my childhood. Scorn.
Kinda hot.
I don't remember the name. Don't know how. I don't remember how he looks.
I posted a picture of him.
Right.
I kinda want form up.
Oh yeah. Oh, is he the one in the
Oh,
instruction manual?
shit,
Yeah, he's the main bad guy.
Oh.
His voice lines are like peak cheesy.
I think in that era, pretty much there was a lot of cheesy lines.
I also
Everything
found
was
out that the narrator, the wizard summoner, was
Yeah.
voiced by the dude who voices Plankton.
For
Oh
real?
my god,
Yeah.
God
that's
damn.
Plankton.
God damn.
Blue Wizard needs food badly.
The Blue Wizard needs food badly.
We must steal the secret recipe from.
No, it
from
doesn't sound like him at all because it's all like it's muffled because you know it's like from the early 90s and like would come out
Ah,
of like an arcade cabinet.
all right. What? What are you doing? I hope Shadow's awake.
He is. He was talking to me just a bit ago.
Okay, that's good. Because he said he was going to take a long ass nap. So a guy messaged me from work today.
Yeah.
That was annoying. I ignored it. If he's going to like come up to me tomorrow and be like, "Hey, why didn't you reply to me? You messaged me on a Sunday, dude. Fuck off."
No messaging on Saturdays.
No messaging me off time off.
Yeah, if I ain't on the clock, I ain't answering.
Literally what I say
Like
to my
it's
boss.
I know why he's messaging me because everybody in the office right now is having crunch time. But then again, when aren't we having crunch time? Whereby this coming Monday we had to give in all the shit, right? And then I'm just like, I don't care. I have zero fucks right now. Especially since I'm quitting.
Yeah, I thought you had already quit.
Yeah, Sam.
1 month notice.
1 month notice. Fuck that.
I have slowly given no, I am slowly giving less fucks as the days goes on.
I mean, I've seen plenty of that. I used to work at Walmart.
That's fair.
You could watch like somebody start out and they'd be, you know, all concerned with like, you know, customer service and everything. You can slowly watch the life drain out of them.
It's like that one character in SpongeBob. You looked so happy back then.
Yeah.
Jim.
Ah, that guy.
I think it was Jim. Yeah.
Don't you mean Squidward and Jim? Those
Both of them.
Growing up, you think you'll be SpongeBob? Nah,
Nah,
you
you'll
grew up to be
Squidward.
Squidward.
We all grew up to be Squidward.
I wanna be Patrick.
You don't want to be Patrick.
Bro, he's dumb and just lives under a rock and doesn't do shit the entire day. That sounds like my dream.
That's my dream thing to do.
You mean I get to wake up and not worry about rent, food, anything else? Hell yes, I need to fuck up.
Why is Silver's name Silverpool? Why did he change it?
Oh, So apparently the story behind that is that they were watching 300% Wolves or 200% Wolves or something like that. And one of the characters just goes like character named Pooh, and everybody in the server has been going like Rex Pooh, Pooh. Yeah, that. Yeah. Oh right, yeah, this thing hasn't arrived yet. Fulfilled? Wait, this shit fulfilled?
It arrived, but it didn't see it arrive.
Interrupt. When? Is that possible for me? What? Be right back. I'm going downstairs.
So apparently there was. He just didn't notice. Just looking at a bunch of stuff. What do I do with you, Benison? Why are you swimming back and forth? In this tiny ass pool. This pool, this lake is probably dirty as fuck.
Yuck, he ruined their only water source.
Our water source, no. It tastes like old man. That is why I hear. Eh.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oh, hang on, I haven't logged in.
No worries. Need to add an item to your inventory.
Who, me?
Oh,
It's a grenade.
Is the pin still there?
No.
like I feel like it's like adding evidence in a fucking Phoenix Wright game.
A buddy of mine has been learning Foundry because he wants to run the Final Fantasy fan-made rules for Pathfinder 1.
Ooh.
Ooh. Which Final Fantasy
Is
game?
it the 14 one?
All of them.
All of them. Yeah, there's fan projects.
That's a
like
lot.
this.
That was a whole lot of
That's a lot
practice.
of systems if it's all the games.
Well, it's not all the systems. It's just like classes and archetypes and stuff taken from all of them.
Oh, okay. It's like there's there's
That's
materia
a thing.
and then all the others.
Alright. Everyone is here. Today is just gonna be more of a somewhat chill session. And yeah. Because you guys did just arrive, and you guys do have some people. Not to mention some of the people were once again people that were rescued from something that happened in the 90s. Let's hope it's not a redo. So yeah. Go
Well, we're not taking them to Alcatraz ourselves.
I hate
Imagine
the
if we
fact
just
that
end-
Boris bringing this up.
Hmm?
Why did you have to break out about the redo?
But yeah.
Suspicious sport.
We just do the same thing we did earlier, but with a different set of people.
Baba Yaga comes back to Alkenstar. Hey! Remember what I said about the thing?
Have you done it yet? Have you made my permit yet? And I'm like, fuck. They're back. So fast.
The guard
You
be
can see-
scrambling.
You can see a clump of her hair just falling off.
No, she, like, Dunsmith just loses all of her hair. He becomes bald.
Gunsmith is our version of that blonde emperor in Overlord.
Becomes white. starts
No,
ripping.
she's losing her hair.
Starts ripping her hair. Yeah. Anyhow, you guys have gotten back to the town, and I'm gonna go ahead and start it off with. So, Baba, what was happening during your whole time as you were headed back here? You were basically just preparing your house
From all the glass.
from all the
Mm-hmm.
glass shards. There was a moment where Victor was gonna ask you for something, but like Baba basically said that your house is more important to fix right now than to deal with Victor's shenanigans.
Yep.
So right now Victor is he's surprised, he's basically just been watching Banaseth swim around. So he's just gonna be there. But anyhow, let's go ahead and start with Steel.
Oh no,
Steel.
go with
Steel.
Shadow. Go with Zwei or Baba first. Mine's gonna take a while.
Alright. Let's do with Zwei first, as you guys have returned to the town, and you guys basically
Oh, I
already
see
had,
the item.
yeah, you guys basically all have had your rest. It's already been like 1 day ever since you guys arrived. This is practically morning time. Let's change the time here. Morning time. It is morning, and everyone has rested. You see a lot of people walking around. Already see you already see the head, like the merchant from Alkenstar, already like helping the people that uh were, like, in the crash, basically get onto the ship, as he and actually Shudan ends up going to, you know they're headed back to Alkenstar to finish whatever like is needed. So Shudan is not
Just
gonna be
him?
here as well. Yeah, Shudan is
Oh,
accompanying the head merchant. So it's just head merchant and Shudan going out. And Shudan basically waves to you guys. All right, I'll be back soon.
Send someone with Shudan. We are not having a repeat.
uh,
Would you like to send
are you sure?
someone, Shudan?
Are you sure you'll be fine by yourself?
Like, and then Shudan's just basically like,
Uh,
by myself? I thought I wasn't by myself. I'm with the merchant dude.
uh, uh, what's he who consumes doing right now? Because I
Um,
remember they had a fight with him and Ruktar.
well, I think he's on the ship.
Still,
Yeah,
he
he seems
hasn't
to be
left.
sulking there.
Oh well, I guess you're not alone then. If he's there, then
Well, I'll
that
take him with me. I mean, I do understand him somehow.
He does. Oh yeah, he
Hmm.
does.
Wait, if he's gonna come with, maybe I'll go ask Rukter if he wants to come. Big bro Rukter, you gonna come with? Your bug friend is, huh? What do you mean he's not your friend? Oh, okay. You want me to pick anything up in Alkenstar? Hmm? Bomb the casino? No, I can't do that.
he got his money back. Why would he want to do that?
Okay. And Shudan, you guys basically eventually see Shudan get back, and then he's already packed up, and he's just like waving to everyone. As he then heads out with the survivors and the head merchant, and with he who could shoot. So they're not gonna be here for the duration.
Mm,
So let's go with you, Zwei. It is a brand new day. Right now, you guys don't have any direct thing to do. You guys don't have any plans for now yet. You guys just have some time.
uh, Can you come back to me? I'm trying to think. I have I have
Alright.
nothing in mind right now. I'm
All
trying
right,
to
let's go to
remember.
Baba. For Baba though, you do remember one thing that was mentioned while you were on the boat was uh, Miktar that mentioned something about her husband and about a
Yeah, she
curse.
wanted me to take a look at him.
Yeah.
But I've got something more important than that for the moment.
All right, go ahead. What would that be?
I'm going to go to Migthar. So we need to get a group set up and look for those devices that that
Oh,
woman was
the
talking about setting up around your village, the one with the ticking clocks and whatnot.
oh, we found them and it's been destroyed.
Okay, I did not know
Yeah.
Oh,
that.
sorry, I forgot to add
I
that.
I forgot to mention that to you.
Okay, I wanted to make
Basically,
sure that was dealt with before we did anything else.
so the thing is that they did find the same kind of clocks,
Mm-hmm.
but when basically everyone was sheltered at like an area like this area basically here, the general area, and in the area where the clocks were triggering, like where they were found ringing, uh nothing apparently happened, and the ones who picked them up were the soldiers, steel's steel soldiers.
Hmm.
Because
Mm,
Steel before leaving, before you guys left for Alkenstar, Steel told them to patrol and you know look around.
And also, I did check the soldiers to see if they've been hypnotized and stuff. They were not.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that had been
Mm.
addressed because I guarantee Boar would stick it to us later if we came back and just forgot to look for them.
Oh, definitely.
All right,
That
so I will go to Migthar and say I'm willing to uh, look over her husband's condition.
all right. So, uh, Mikthar basically welcomes you into her house, and in her house you see what appears to be kind of like an aged, a rather older looking like he's
oh, it's
kind of
that
like
picture
big
we
and
saw last
muscular,
time.
yeah, basically big muscular, but he's rather aged and old, and he is lying down on a hay mat, like basically a hay bed, and he's kind of like just like laying down there with his eyes closed, and he's just kind of like been unconscious, like he's not moving much. Miktar explains this. She's like, "You see, my husband. It has been quite some time since he has awoken. It's as if he has been put into a magical form of sleep. From what the
Hmm.
from what the others had told me, this was done by the previous ruler, which is his wife, the one I defeated. Yet, despite her being defeated and already dead, it would seem the curse that she has inflicted upon him still running.
Well, contrary to popular belief, killing the person who lays the curse doesn't always break it.
Is that true?
Yes. Spells often don't care if you're still living or not.
Like you see her pondering a bit, because she's thinking about all the times where she's killed a bunch of people because she was thinking of like curses and stuff. Oh, I see. Hmm. I'll take note.
Also, I feel like inviting Baba Yaga willingly into your house is like the start of a really bad, or is like a cautionary fairy tale.
Technically, yes.
Rumpelstiltskin
But at
comes
the
to mind.
at this point, she's already like kind of like
Yeah.
trusted you to the
Desperate.
point of like, and she
Oh,
already knows your deal of like there are no free deals, there are no free meals.
Oh yeah, she knows she's gonna have to pay for this.
She's already awaiting that.
Well, first I will take a look at him because there's one thing for examining him, another thing for actually figuring out what's wrong and seeing what's needed to fix him.
All right. So,
Let's
what kind of
see.
examination are you doing?
Given that he seems to be in a magical sleep, let's go with detect magic and like occultism, because the thing that springs to Baba's mind is check his fingers, make sure he hasn't pricked his finger on a spinning wheel. That's a
as,
classic. Has eaten a magical apple recently.
as you're touching like his fingers, Miktar makes a comment. Like, my husband Rook happened to be the town's blacksmith originally before, you know, he basically fell into this deep sleep.
Interesting. So, want me to roll occultism?
Yes. Well,
Alright.
for your detect magic, right? Wait, you're just casting detect
Well, yeah,
magic.
detect magic to get an idea of the like power level of the curse I'm
Oh
working
yeah.
with.
So let me answer your detect magic first. So
Yeah, go ahead.
Baba, when you cast the detect magic, you can kind of like I can kind of feel a bit disgusted because it is divine kind of magic.
I immediately had that scene with Auntie Ethel when you try to get her to cure you to come to mind.
Yeah. So yes, you see that the magic that was inflicted or like over him is divine magic.
Ugh. Godly magic.
Godly magic. Yet it's impossible. The previous nest mother was not much of a religious person, nor wait.
Did he fall as was he subject to the sleep before or after you killed her?
He was subject to the sleep after well, I guess it should be proper that I make sense of the timeline. Ah, when I came here, it was under a dictatorship under his wife. And it was around that time that I defeated her and ousted her from the position. I became the new nest mother. And he was like Rookther here was still awake during the time. But eventually, one day, after the whole incident with, the Absalomian soldiers, I returned to the house to see that he was on the ground, unconscious. And of course, I saw that wretched bitch, and I killed her there on the spot. This was at the
Oh.
time where the Absalomians were still running amok.
Divine magic, eternal sleep.
Oh.
I'm going to look him over for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a quick peek, make sure he doesn't have any wasp stings on him.
So you're looking around his body. Mm, this is basically
Or
just
any kind of injury or like holy symbol.
yeah. So basically, as you're like running through his body, like Mikthar also assists you, like just removing the clothes so you can inspect every part of his body,
Mhm.
and you don't. The funny thing is, you don't notice any wounds or external, like like stabbing or anything. There's no external
Mhm.
implement of sorts. It's like yes, I thought of that as well, but seeing as there's no injury of any sorts, I presumed that it was something more like magic.
Hmm. Well, I was taking a wild guess. You never know who might turn to the bitch Callistria for revenge.
I've had my run-ins with followers of her belief.
Hmm.
But
There's
after
Wonder
one right
who.
all,
behind her.
bitch,
Regardless, all right. I would like to do occultism to see if I can narrow down like some symptoms, get an idea of what I'm dealing with.
It's lupus.
all right, go ahead and roll occultism.
Yeah, it's cancer. That'll be 20,000 gold pieces.
All right. So as you basically, you know, use your magic to like try to figure out what's basically happening here, you can feel as if it's not. It's not that it doesn't feel like he's cursed in a way where he is just like trapped or something like that. It feels more like he is at calm, at peace, and he is completely absorbed in you know, he seems to be in a completely how do I call this relaxed state. And what you do feel is it's as if what do you call this? Like this magic that's like around him is basically calming his senses and calming his feelings so much to the point where he is just in this kind of like yeah
Like a bliss state almost.
a blissful state of like just sleep.
Curse of blissful slumber from a
I
divine
wonder.
source. Hmm. Some people wouldn't even consider this a curse.
Not curse.
Well, some. It's still. He's been rendered unable to move, but there's a certain lack of inherent cruelty that you usually see with curses. Speaking from my professional experience.
The problem is, I fear that despite this so-called state, I worry that his body is not going to last long, considering as he won't like I'm even unable to open his mouth to feed him. Whenever I try to pry his mouth open, I can feel exuberant force that he tries to keep it closed. It's as if he's basically stuck in um, he basically forced to be in full rest and whatnot.
Let me. I will consult my library and see if I have anything specific I could think of. Give me some time.
You wish, Papa. Though, may I please, if it's not too much, may I please know the price that you were most likely going to put on this request?
For examining him?
Yes, for examining and hopefully for curing, lifting the curse.
Examining and curing him are going to be two different things, dear.
Understood.
As for examining him, I'll let you get off easy with being my forever host whenever I'm in the region and visiting.
Understood. We will make sure that you are welcome in the vicinity of Gitna, no matter what.
Good. Now then, I'll take a look. So, she's going to go into the house and start like perusing through her library, see if she can find anything on this.
All right. So you're digging through your books, and as
Basically, just start
yeah,
researching since she doesn't have anything else particularly pressing she needs to do right now.
all right. So one of the things that you do end up like, what do you call this, reading here, it's probably for you kind of like a bit too much, but you're very aware of the spell, which is miracle or wish, but you're like thinking of that as the most extreme version of like this possibility. You're also like thinking that it could be possibly a ritual or something, basically any sort of like thing.
Okay.
And let's see, you can roll. Let's see. I'll let you roll either occult arcana or any. Yeah, occult
I'll
arcana
do
religion.
occult again.
All right. Occult. All right. So you actually recognize this to be a fairly common uh like it's a very weird thing, because from what your notes say, it would appear that this was like, it's basically aligning to what appears to be a gias, a command of sorts that is basically inscribed into the the target's soul, that they will end up
Mm-hmm.
following throughout. Yet giases are known to be curses, and such a gias of like making a person not move should have resulted in his death, because he has not eaten, not drank, any of like those things. So
Yeah, depending on how long he's been under the effect, he should be dead by now.
exactly. So you you understand that the thing is like the thing that's making him sleep is the gias, but the thing that is keeping him continuously, surviving despite this situation is still unclear to you. But it
Hmm.
also says
Is it?
here that uh the it also says here on your notes for the gias that it has to be on a willing person, mostly, unless they are
Hmm.
really really powerful. And it it basically takes quite a long time for it to be done. Like, it's not like something that can instantly be inflicted upon someone. It would take at least, you know, a day to perform such a ritual. So to you, it doesn't seem to add up, because based on what Miktar said, she arrived home uh seeing Rook basically collapse the moment she entered.
So like he collapsed in front of her. She didn't just like find him asleep.
What she found was like when she got here, she found him collapsing, and like he then become unconscious, and next to him was the ex-wife.
That makes Baba think that the ex-wife wasn't the source of it.
Could have been the Absalomian soldiers.
Why would an
Must be willing,
Absalomian
though.
soldier that's been ransacking the area put such a delicate curse on someone? Now Baba has an idea.
Right?
If this could have been applied, uh, if this could have been applied over time, would this curse need to be maintained in any way, or like once it's in effect, it stays in effect?
From your understanding of how a Gias works, depending on how strong the initiator of this Gias is, it
Mm-hmm.
can it can be done like indefinitely, or basically up depending on the whims of the caster, depending on how strong they are. But most people like known to use like a Gias would only like have it like it would only last for like until like pretty much until the conditions have been met, as well as you know the most is like 1 week for most
Unless
people
it
who
was refreshed.
mm-hmm.
Baba, Baba kind of suspects the oldest brother.
For the Gias?
He's the town healer, isn't he? Therefore, he'd be tending to his father in the in-between.
Mm,
Also, the curse is a very gentle one that doesn't cause discomfort to the one who he's under.
But why would he do this?
that's the question.
Baba would think that it would be to get at Mikthar.
Mm,
But this is a continuous effect that's on him, right?
Seems like that's what you
Okay.
can kind of decipher.
Baba has an idea. So, a Gios has something that needs to be fulfilled in order to be undone, or it has to be dispelled by equally powerful magic.
Yes.
I don't have the equally powerful magic if it's as powerful as, you're saying. Not in this body, anyway.
Yeah.
Baba is going to go out and Baba is going to look for he who consumes.
oh, he left.
He left on the boat. He
Oh,
left on the boat. He'll
This is
probably he'll be
Unfortunately.
so from what the from what like the ship area is
mhm.
telling to you about, he is gonna tell you that it's most likely the ship will be back in a week.
Hmm.
Well,
Well, then I will go to Mikthar.
Mhm.
So my research has turned up some interesting results.
Oh, what were you able to find?
So I'll share the information about how he's cursed to like an almost blissful state of sleep, but also the curse is maintaining him, not just, keeping him asleep and then expecting him to die in his sleep.
Maintaining.
Yes, the reason he hasn't died from malnourishment or thirst in all this time is because the curse itself is maintaining him.
If that is the case, then there's one thing that I want to understand. You see Miktar suddenly get up from the floor, move over to the kitchen. She grabs a knife, and then she moves back towards the body, and she makes like a small incision on uh on her husband's arm. And you see that as the knife is then removed, the blood just ends up going back, like, at first it's like trickling down, but then afterwards it
Mm-hmm.
goes back and the wound just seals.
So he's like in a form of stasis almost. It's keeping him in that exact moment.
Hmm.
I'm
Julia,
Toku.
I've not seen this form of magic.
Whoever put this on him was extremely concerned with his state of being and didn't want to cause any undue suffering.
Do you think it
Who
would be
has regular
Hmm?
access to him?
Well, before, I would say that the closest to him was pretty much his ex-wife, who basically
No, I mean regular access to him in his current state.
his current state. That would be my son, Isengard. Isengard often comes here to clean him up, basically perform what do you call this necessary medical attention, as he basically had mentioned to me.
Hmm.
Occasionally, I suppose Rukthar would come here, though it would simply be to, as he as his younger brother would say, as Shudan would say, converse with their father, as they were quite close, you see.
I have a hunch. Either this is an incredibly powerful spell that is being maintained of its own accord, or it's being refreshed. So,
You mean someone is still continuing to cast this magic upon him?
if someone's not powerful enough to make the curse permanent when casting, some curses can be continued with ritual maintainment.
Hmm.
So, I have two ideas. First, do not let anyone but yourself have contact with him for 10 days, other than with my permission. If someone is sneaking in to maintain this curse, then I would imagine a week is what they probably need, or the duration they have to work with each time they refresh it.
He understood. I will.
But
Yes.
my other idea is that when our insectoid friend, he who consumes, returns, I would like to invite him in and see if he could attempt to consume this curse.
That creature that travels with you.
It eats magic.
Perhaps it would also. Hmm.
Beyond that, what I have found out, a geese has to be created with a condition on which it can be broken. typically a condition that needs to be fulfilled. A classic example is putting a fair maiden to sleep until she experiences true love's kiss.
Ugh, that sounds disgusting.
It's typically set up by hags who've never had it.
She raises an eyebrow. She raises an eyebrow at that.
Well, no, she's saying like, you have to make a condition for a curse. Well, there's a lot of witches who like have never been truly in love, so they're like, it's true love's kiss because love doesn't exist.
All right. Is there anything else that we can probably do? What if we? Is it possible to track whoever is this person?
Mm, you're fairly good at keeping track and watch of things. Look for any evidence of someone getting in when they think that you're not around. Look for signs of anything out of place.
Understood. I'll keep an eye.
Good. If we have a success, then I'll think about what you owe me from that point. If not, we'll keep brainstorming.
She nods. Understood. Alright, so I think, is there anything else that you want to talk to Mikthar or anyone else?
That's it for the moment. This deal isn't worth contacting her actual self over. Because she only does that when she really doesn't have much of a choice or when something really important's happening.
Like Lerouge.
Like this is a good deal to make, but this is not, life changing for
Yeah.
her.
This doesn't really like. I don't think this concerns that level.
This is a personal dealing.
All right. I'll go ahead and move on then to Zwei. Zwei, what would you like to do for today?
Um, what's the thing that's over the settlement again?
It's an orb of shadow that Banaseth somehow manifested to cover the place. So right now it's already been like yesterday it was dispelled by Banaseth.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's like it's back. It's gone now.
Yeah, you're looking at the actual sky now.
My
Banaseth only
eyes.
seems to like do this during the night. He covers the
Mm.
he covers the place in shadow during the night.
Did he explain why again? Uh,
He mentioned something about the creepy ones or something like that passing over.
the night, the night. What did we?
Night terrors, yeah.
Yeah,
Because if you remember before, what happened
he
was
did
got
die from.
yeah.
Yeah, he died once. Came back. All right.
Oh, Baba does have one spell she'd like to cast real quick before I forget.
Go ahead.
Shadow.
Ooh. All right. Where do you position this? Or like have
On Mikthar's house, and it is meant to just look around and record and observe everyone who goes in and out.
got it. All right.
Otherwise, it just, it looks like a crow.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Dwight, continue.
I talked with Well, I guess only Aiden can talk, right? Because Ilara's, yeah. Uh,
I can talk.
just
She can sign language. I don't, but I
okay.
don't
Yeah, I
think
just.
That's very ableist of you, Shadow.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just catch up with them. What did they like do before arriving here? Arriving yesterday when we found them. Anything that they haven't already told us, you know,
so.
talking.
What would you like to know? Like Aiden's like, oh, hello there. Hello, Zwei. I'm surprised that you're everyone else is calling you vice captain now. I didn't know that you got promoted. I thought you'd always just be the silly private practicing your stabs in the training field.
I can do both, but anyways, I'd like to catch up. What have you been up
Yeah.
to for arriving here? Before arriving here,
Well, basically, would you like to hear the story? The last time we saw each other was when we were all on those lifeboats.
yes, I'd like to hear it.
Well, you see, when we were on those lifeboats and we all basically ended up losing each other during the storm, um, me and me and sorry, my tab. Me and Lara ended up somehow, pretty much only the two of us were left on our boat, still clinging onto it. We were able to at least flip the boat over after the storm and continue riding it. We spent pretty much a lot of days just drifting in the ocean until eventually it seemed that after like a week of just floating there, we somehow ended up on the shores of Jalmirai. And over there, there was um there was a family that ended up basically helping us. Um, I believe the name was Razorwind. Yes, the Razorwind family. Um, they basically assisted us and tried to help us with, trying to
About
look for
that.
the other survivors. Unfortunately, as we were, you know, digging up some info, we did end up, you know, managing to find a trace of, information about some Absalomian soldiers making it to Alkenstar, and the youngest, well, not youngest, one of the Razorwind sons accompanied us to, offered to accompany us on our journey. We rode on the airship, and I don't know why, but suddenly the fellow Razorwind ended up acting strange. Suddenly, pretty much what I told you, the airship crashed, and that's when we encountered you folks.
Uh, and this Razorwind fellow, did you see where he went?
Sadly, no, because he vacated the airship quite some time before the attack even happened.
Hmm. See, I wonder if we'll run into him again.
Other than that, we were also hoping to, what do you call this, head back to Absalom. Yet, for some reason, a lot of what do you call this transport, airships and whatnot, even boats, are barred from entering Absalom.
Oh,
I'm not particularly sure about what's happening there, but yeah, a lot of travel towards Absalom has been pretty much, you know, not allowed.
hmm, concerning. Well
Oh,
then, oh yeah,
um,
sorry.
Vice Captain, do you think the others might have also survived? You know, everyone else on the lifeboats. Do you think there are more people? If you and Captain Steele and me and Lara managed to survive, then maybe some of the others survived as well. Maybe they've been washed ashore in other places.
So I just shrugs. We can't really say. We can only hope.
I hope so too.
So during your travels, have you caught any word about the yellow sails?
Well, no, but I did hear that something happened in Katapesh where there was basically this group called the Firebrands that managed to wrangle and take basically rescue some yellow ship slaves, yellow sail slaves from a ship.
Hmm. Wonder if that's where Belfry and the others are.
I hope so.
Hope.
I didn't really look much into the yellow sails. For some reason, I kind of hope that all this. I think my concern was more on trying to get me and Ilara back to Absalom, I suppose, and finding
That
more of our squad as well.
that's understandable. But at least you two are safe for now. Let's keep it that way.
Yes. This is why, may I ask, would you happen to be? I'm not really certain, but would you happen to know anyone, maybe, hopefully in this village, there's some who would be particular about, divine magic or healing magic? Would you happen to know anyone?
Uh, this is why I know that not Ace knows divine magic.
No,
Can't
pretty
remember.
much for your party's knowledge, uh, I don't think any of you think that Ace knows magic because he has
We
mostly
just know
like,
that he's a healer.
yeah, he's known as the town healer, but all he's been doing has been like herbal, medicinal. Yeah, you guys have not seen him cast healing magic or do any form of healing magic. You guys, like,
Uh,
the party.
yeah, yeah,
Bob
yeah,
was
yeah.
just Bob was just suspicious.
Yeah, the party at least. If you wanted to know more in depth, you'd have to ask a different guard, a different soldier.
The one that's very intimately knowing you.
Is he the one wearing the ring? I don't know if
Yeah,
which
No, the
one of
wrong
us
one.
noticed that. Oh, who's
Gary is the one wearing the ring. The lieutenant,
Oh,
Lieutenant
it was
Gary.
Gary. Oh,
wait? Then who did he get the ring from? I thought it was like Okay.
Who do you think?
I'll get into that tea after this one. Uh,
Whom's
uh,
you think?
I was like, so Aiden's like continuing to talk to you. And he's like, I was
uh,
hoping to see if there would be anyone who can help me with my issues. I joined the I joined the squad. I joined the army hoping to give my support as a cleric of Siren Ray. Yet, for some reason, I'm unable to tap into Siren Ray's divine light to heal people. It seems like I can only hurt people.
well, maybe that's just what you're good at.
But I,
Laughs.
but I swear, but I swear on my life that I am indeed a healer. I remember back when I was a child, I was able to heal some of my friends' wounds when they tripped
Is
upon the
this
tripped upon the field. But for some
Well,
reason, when I grew up, I'm no longer able to do this healing magic.
hmm. Well, sadly, I don't know anyone in this village that is capable of divine magic, so I can't help you there. But if you do want to know more about healing, there is a village healer. He points to what's his actual name again? Isengard.
Yeah, Isengard.
the
Isengard. Yeah,
hobbits are
I
going to
point.
Isengard?
I point to his hut.
Oh,
Maybe he could teach you something.
understood. And then he basically like goes away, goes there, and you and now you and Ilara are just standing next to each other quietly. Ilara's
Do
just
I?
like looking at you, staring at you.
uh, so think you could teach me more about sign language? I'd like to know more about it.
She basically like nods, and then yeah, she will teach you some sign language.
All right, yeah,
She
that.
teaches you basics at least help understand her.
How much time do we have for the day?
If we're
And
Is it
gonna
like
depends
a
on
wait
you.
for he who consumes 1 week.
1 week is basically gonna be
assuming
like
nothing?
yeah, assuming
Yeah,
nothing
assuming
happens.
nothing else happens during that.
But anything else you'd like
Uh,
to do for this day?
yeah. Zwei noticed the ring, right?
Yeah,
One of the guys
on
wearing the
Gary.
ring.
Yeah,
Where is he right now?
he's in the clinic. He's in the healer's hut.
Oh, maybe I should have gone with him. Uh, he goes over to check on him because he was one of the injured too, right? That's why he was spending a lot of time with Ace Singard.
Yeah, yeah. So
A God.
as you as you reach there, you see Aiden is also there, and you notice that the door is closed, the windows are also closed, everything is closed, and is he not home? Ask Captain why. It seems like no one's here right now.
Huh, that's strange.
Though I feel like I can hear some noises coming from inside.
Zwei presses his ear against the door.
Perception.
Roll of the day. Let me get some tea.
I think you get more than just tea.
All right. So you can actually hear some noises coming from inside, and then you just hear, ah, careful, not too hard. It's been a while. Don't worry, I got you. This isn't going to hurt much. just like we did. Uh, all right, trust you. Uh, careful now. No worries. Take it slow. You just hear like groaning and moaning sounds right now. What do you do?
He just keeps
Some
listening.
random person gonna join in, seeing that we're streaming Pathfinder, coming directly to that.
So I just keeps listening.
I didn't know Zwei was into this kind of thing, so okay.
All right. So are you leaning your head more into the door or something?
No, no, no. I'm keeping myself like balanced so I don't end up like tripping over.
Okay, okay. I'm glad you're aware. I'm glad you're aware.
I
Do you hear something? Says why?
just like uh press my finger against my lips, tell him to be quiet,
Oh, right.
and then I also like push him lightly away so he's not also leaning.
All right. So because you continue to, you know, hear, like you're continuing to listen, and then you just hear like a bit of panting, like, "Ah." It's like, how's that? Yeah, that feels good. Mm, all right. How about the next one? Are you sure? Can you handle both? Yeah, I should be
Mm,
able to.
Wait, what?
He's a
Both?
lizard man, so he's a lizard man, so
I didn't
and
know they have.
this is also assuming, that this is what we think it is and we're not just, comically misinterpreting.
Oh, I feel like it is comically being misinterpreted right now.
Right.
It's yoga.
Going to go ahead and do it. Right? Trust you. Gently, please. Ah, ah, it hurts. I think it might be too much. Do it. Practice.
If it is yoga though, why did they feel the need to, do it in private?
Downward dog is a very exposing position.
So yeah, you just continue to hear grunts, noises, and like sometimes pained voices. Like, "That's why I think someone's being injured really bad. You should probably look into this."
Oh, it sounds like someone's injured though, right? But I'm sure Isengard is taking care of it.
All right.
Either that or they're fucking.
So basically, after that, you hear just Aiden knocking on the door. Hello? Excuse me. Is this the healer's hut?
Zwei like stands up and pretends like he wasn't just listening in on
And
them.
as that happens, you just like as the knocking happens and like Aiden like raised his voice, you just quickly say like, "Ow, ow, 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 ow. Sorry. I was a bit surprised. Hang on. Not too fast. That's." He basically he opens the door, and then, what is it? And then you can basically see, as you guys look inside, you see Gary sitting on the bed, and you can see that he's like, he's not wearing his armor. He's also like, you can see that he's pantsless. You can see he's pantsless. Like he's just in his underoos, his underwear, and his armor is like off to the side. And then you just see Ace like, "What is it? What are you doing?" Was told that you were the healer of this place. Yes, I am. I was hoping that you could help me with my healing magic. Healing magic? I know nothing of the sort. Why would you think I'm the healer's? I'm that kind of healer? Oh, you're not? No. Sadly, that kind of magic doesn't really, how do you call this, come to someone like me who has pretty much no talent. Oh, I see. I'm so sorry for assuming. What about you? What are you doing here? It's like looking at why.
Oh, I thought I heard someone injured. I was passing by with Aiden here and I heard something. Is everything alright?
Like
Says,
he's like
grinning.
he's tilting his head. He's tilting his head and like looking at you like, yes, I was helping Gary here with his, movement therapy. He's still recovering.
Oh, I see.
Can't he can't pretty much move around on his legs for extended duration. So I'm still trying to help him recover that.
Can I tell if he's lying?
Sure, roll perception.
Oh, and I'm also like glancing over at Gary too, like if he looks nervous or whatever.
Go ahead.
Oh,
All right, at 20. So
Oh
you
wow.
notice
Okay.
a lot of things. First thing is you notice that Ace is not that Isengard is not lying. He is being very genuine.
okay, so we were just interpreting that. Okay.
He is being very
Boo.
genuine. He is helping with the therapy. But however,
Boo.
you also notice a few
Rex
things.
already halfway through writing his fan fiction.
Boo.
You also
Damn.
notice you notice a bunch of things though as well. You notice that Isengard also has a ring. And you also notice that Gary, even though he did mention therapy, has a very flushed face. His face is like completely flushed and he is sweating and panting. And you also notice that what do you call this? Yeah, pretty much. Technically this is not his house. This is not his house, this is his clinic. His house is right over there.
Yeah. Can I? Do I see that the ring is the same? That do the rings look the same?
Yes. You immediately notice that it is the same ring.
Have they been wearing that for a long while, or is it just a
You
new thing?
it's a new
I can
thing
remember.
it's a new thing when you guys arrive. They weren't wearing this before.
That's a nice ring you have there. May I ask where you got that from?
Mm-hmm. Ace is looking at you. Ah, I had old man Ulfgar craft this for me. Uh, like he points over to he's like pointing his thumb over to Gary. I've made him my wife. And then you see Gary, you see Gary just like
All right.
hide his face into a pillow.
Does Steel hear that at
So,
all?
No,
so
you're across the street. You're
this
across the
is like
street.
Damn.
this is zigzagging so many ways. Okay. Oh, um, congratulations.
You hear Gary like, stop looking at me like that. Says why?
He does not stop. I'm just happy for you. I was not expecting that you would
You
find
didn't even get a
love
wedding invitation. Wow.
What's
so
the big
soon.
deal? Is that's something that you Absalomians just don't do that?
Just nonchalantly making anyone their wife? Not that I know of.
I mean, I thought I mean, it was Gary who told me to have these things crafted because that's apparently Absalomian practice. I mean, I thought he was already my wife when I already bed him.
I'm sorry, what?
He he
Wait,
assumed
did
that
I
you're
mishear
married
that?
when you.
Yeah.
He assumed you're married when they fuck.
Did I mishear that when what he said? Can you say that
No,
again?
you did not
I
miss
bed
his
him.
shit.
I thought like, well, I already bed him a few
Okay.
days ago, but
Bad.
apparently
Okay, bad.
apparently there's this thing called marriage or something that you Absalomians practice. I thought he was already mine the moment I bed him, so but I wanted to honor your traditions as well. So I had old man Ulgar make this rings that he mentioned. And then you just see Gary just sink deeper into the bed as he is hiding behind like he's just hiding under the cover now, under everything, into this
Hey,
into
Zwei,
this
did
familiar
you hear
bed.
that properly?
Hear what?
Don't you want Ace to repeat what you said one more time?
No, I got it. Said bed him, right?
Yeah. It's nothing new. I mean, I just think that he seems to be very attractive. He has the hip. He has a very nice, like, anatomically, his body seems quite nice to bear my child. And then he's
Oh,
I
just
have
like,
several questions.
So forward. Uh,
like you see Aidan here, just like he's like his face is like completely confused, but like it's almost as if question marks are like just floating around him because he understands none of this shit.
This poor innocent boy.
Gary is just like has disappeared completely. He has become one with the bed. Is there anything else you need?
uh, nothing. But yeah, sorry to interrupt your therapy session. We'll be going now.
All right. And then you see Ace basically move back in and all right, let's finish training your legs. Later tonight we're gonna do it for like 5 hours, okay? And then
Lucky man.
you just see Gary just like he means therapy, I swear.
Okay, do I hear that?
Yeah, you hear that one, that scream of like
Uh,
embarrassment.
Huh? What was that? I'll be right back, huh? Who's doing therapy? What? What?
He'll
You
just come over.
you see you see now on the bed, like you see Gary splayed on the bed, like on his belly, his back exposed as like full back exposed as Ace, as Isengard is basically like massaging him, like giving him a thorough massage.
I heard therapy. Is this the therapy?
Steel's like, I've
Seems
heard
like
that
it.
there's things called group therapy. I would like to join. I'm very traumatized.
Yes, I would like to talk about the multiple deaths, and also an entire life that I lived but wasn't mine. That was weird.
And then you just have Aiden here, like being very confused, like what's happening here?
So I like taps him on the shoulder. Your
Also,
parents never given you the birds and the bees talk.
oh no, I know exactly, I know exactly about sex and whatnot, but
Wait,
um,
what's this about sex? What?
oh yes,
We're ignoring.
Captain Seal. Oh,
We're,
hello, Captain Seal.
Hello.
I basically the healer fellow, the lizard healer fellow, said something about taking Sagari to bed and whatnot, which I mean, I probably believe implies sex or something. Something about Sagari being, his wife now or something.
Still blinks. Still blinks. Being like, huh? Y- huh? When did this happen?
That's
He
why it
said
points to
something
the rings.
a few days ago or something.
And we weren't invited? Wow. Wow, Gary.
Is the door still open?
Yeah,
Can he hear us?
yeah. The door is open and like just like you just hear Gary. It's just like that I didn't mean to. It's just that I don't know how these things work. Okay, I was flustered too, sir. I was confused and emotions just went over me, and I was overjoyed and uh, quit talking. Like he just like cracks his head back to the facing the pillow. I'm trying to massage you. Relax. He says as he's grinding his his like crotch against like his ass or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Let's leave them be for now.
Closes the door. We'll talk later. Closes door.
Hmm.
Well, that part's done of what I wanted to do.
Is
And
this what happens when says why? Is this
yes,
what the other soldiers have been doing this whole time?
well, this one in particular,
No, this
don't
is
know.
new.
He like you see Aiden like just rubbing his chin and just like I guess kind of feels similar to something that we saw happen back at the Razorwind estate.
Do tell.
Well, there was this white dragon man that was with with this young Razorwind fellow, and I guess it's not the first time I've seen this kind of predicament.
I'm so telling
Oh,
Siegfried.
we don't know him character in universe.
That's why I said Siegfried.
Anyhow, I guess there's no luck here.
This poor dude just wants to learn healing magic.
Maybe, what if I practice my healing magic on you? That's why. Maybe that should help?
Uh,
Can I try?
very well.
Mm.
Oh, and he like Zwei pricks his finger with his rapier. He's like, all right, let's see. Feel this.
All right. So as he's basically he basically puts his hands around your finger, and he's just like, may the divine light may the divine light of Serenry heal your wounds. And then he's just channeling, like he's putting his hands over your finger, and he's like closing his eyes, and like he's like thinking hard about like Serenray healing your finger. You see your fingers, like the prick that you made, like slowly close up, and like the wound disappears, and you begin to feel warm, but then it gets warmer and warmer and warmer. It's blazing hot now. You feel like your finger is
Ah,
boiling, prickling. You can feel you're almost burning. Your
ah,
finger is now on fire. Your finger is now on fire as
ah.
well.
Sorry, Aiden. I think you were trying too hard with this one.
Oh, oh,
Blow,
oh,
blows it, blows it off.
sorry. This is why. This always happens. whenever I try to heal
Always?
someone, they just ends up. Whenever I try to heal someone, they just always end up with burn marks instead.
Uh, not sure if how I can help you there. Sorry.
You see him as he's like just like holding up his hand, and you can kind of like see that his hand is also on fire right now. But he
Put
doesn't
that
seem to
out.
he doesn't seem to be wincing on the like his own fire.
Do you not feel that? Points to his hands on fire.
No, I know that it's hot, but I don't feel I don't feel any pain from it. It I mean like as he's like looking at you, like putting out your finger, putting out your finger by like moving it around. He imitates it, and he just like basically like does a quick swish motion of his hand and flicks it. And what you end up seeing instead is he ends up like shooting a beam of fire, and it hits the forge over here, and you just hear the old man Olga go, "What the fuck?" As like you now see the anvil is like heated up, like burning red. It's like shit. You know what? Closes up shop. Time to go home. You see Olgar move out, walk back to his house. Oh,
Uh,
sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Perhaps you're more adept at a different kind of magic, Sir Aiden.
But I want to heal people. This is why.
I can't always get what we want. But hey, those that fire magic seems very good.
I mean, I guess, I guess that's why we ended up in. I guess that's why me and Ilara ended up in Squad 69 after all. Being the rejects that we are.
You're not rejects.
Hmm? He raises his eyebrows. It's like, wait, Sir Zwide, do you not know?
No, what?
I thought it was. I thought everyone in the squad knew. Squad 69 is basically known to be pretty much the squad that was built for all the rejects from the other squad. It's kind of like
Oh, he meant that literally. Okay.
yeah. He said like anyone who's basically unfit for any of the Absalomian Guard or the main squads for Absalom, are sent to Squad 69, where they're basically sent off to go to risky missions to just die.
Huh. I did not know that. But after what we've been through, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
What are we, some Suicide Squad?
I was about to say that.
I was in the toilet when Bob brought it up.
I mean, he was either that or quit the army. I mean, pretty much. If you've noticed, most of the people in the squad were mostly drunkards. Oh, didn't you hear as well? About Sir Gary.
What about him?
He says as he's like walking away, headed back towards like Lara. He used to work in those slums as like all those things as a prostitute.
Huh. Now it makes sense a little. It was trained for that.
You see Aidan just like now walking around, and this entire time Ilara has not moved an inch from where you left her. So anything else you want to do for the day, or you would like to like conclude your
uh,
day for now?
I want to patrol around the area as well. Uh,
Ooh, all right. Any like just
I don't,
around the general area, right?
I don't know.
The village? You mean the village?
Anything, yeah, inside the village and also like the perimeter surrounding it.
For sure.
Do I roll for anything?
Ah, I see. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, yeah. You can go ahead and just roll uh survival for this one for surveying. You're just surveying the area, surveying wildlife.
And then you get to fight a random encounter on your own.
Oh no.
All right. So that's why you survey the
Oh
area.
wow.
You survey
From
the
a
whole
20 to a 1.
area, and you end up realizing the most important thing comes to your mind.
Myself.
Why you are in a settlement full of lizard folk. Exactly. There you go. That's what you realized.
God. Alright. That's all for the day.
And you stay like basically in your head, where you're in the middle of a desert that no one like you know that no one can even like manage to navigate to on a normal basis. You're completely safe here. There's no wild monsters here. There's no wild creatures that would come through here. Everything's completely fine. That's what you think. All right. Anything else
That's all
for your
for the day.
for you? Just basically going around perceiving things. I want you to roll perception real quick.
That, that's all.
All right. So you basically see around this farm area. You basically see here like as you were like wandering around the farm area, you see a bunch of lizard men just talking, just a bunch of lizard men farmers, and you see a bunch of children. You see them running around, and you see the children trying to run off past the gate, and you see an older lizard man call out to them, "Hey, don't get out the gate now. It's dangerous out there." Like, and then you see them stop. They go, "Oh, okay," and then they basically like walk back in. But you see one of the younger you see a little lizard girl just kind of like looking back, looking towards the outside, and then she just turns back towards the where her other friends went back, and they're continuing to play here at the farm area.
Can I look to like the direction of where she was looking at?
Sure. So you look towards the area where she was looking at. It's just pretty much pure desert. It's just like the whole place is just sand, more sand. It is very
Okay.
lifeless. You don't see much. But I will let you roll perception again to get a more in-depth look of things in that direction. Trying to really like peer through.
I think the,
Go ahead.
that might. Uh, percep-
Okay, so you can't see much past the thing, past the place. But what you do instead end up seeing is right now in this map that you see, guys, like it's just open looking right here. But there is like a
Yeah.
wood, like there's actually like a wooden gate. So that's why you do notice that, this wooden gate. You just see that this wooden gate is old. That's all I'm gonna say. It's old.
Worn down.
Yeah, it's old. Age.
Does it have a lock on it? Like if you close the gate.
Yeah, there's a bar, like a wooden like plank. It's like just slides over it, close it, keep it like shut. Just a typical kind of gate.
Does it look like it could have been forced open at some point?
Mm, you can kind of like tell that the whole gate is just all of it is old.
Mm. Mm. All right. Surely nothing.
Famous last words.
Anything you want to do with that information? The Yeah, anything you want to do with that or no?
Well, you said there was like another lizard man nearby. Uh,
Yeah.
I asked him like, how old is that gate? Has it been like maintained?
You see, the
No.
farmer would be like, he's like scratching. Hmm. I don't know, but uh, I'm pretty sure that these fortifications have been around even when I was a young lizard man. I'm pretty sure it's way older than I am. About repairs and stuff. I mean, we just patched them up with more wood. The usual.
Hmm. Well, should keep proper care for it. Deserts are dangerous at night, from what I hear.
Yeah, them night terrors. But hey, that fellow over there did something really cool, and it's been relatively safe ever since then. Though I don't like the whole idea of it being daytime the entire 24 hours. It's just kind of spooky and confusing.
All right, that's it. That's all.
All right. Now I go to Steel. What you wanna do, Steel? Be
What
Steel
I
for-
wanna do, what I wanna do is first talk to Posterior and said, hey, since you're now a blacksmith in training or whatever, can
Yeah.
you make like a bunch of swords, simple swords to as a graveyard tombstone thing for our deceased
Um,
members?
can't we just use, these swords that were already made here?
Oh, the swords already made here?
Yeah. But I mean, you just have to pay for them, I guess.
And how
And I
much
think
would it cost?
paying for these swords would probably help, the economy here.
That is true. Why am I saying how much does it cost? I am looted right now.
We are
Uh,
loaded.
We
how,
plural.
but still, how much is all of that going to cost?
Pretty sure I think each sword would at least be a gold piece for each one.
Alright. How many members did is that? Almost 50.
There's a total of 50 squad members in Squad 69. No, there's not. There's no
And
16. The number of members is not 69. There
okay,
are
so
only
let's
50.
see. The remaining soldiers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 43 swords are needed, correct?
Like, the math checks out. Yeah, but are we really sure that they're dead, sir? I
Well,
mean,
some of them are enslaved, some of them are probably dead from the drowning.
well, sir,
Unless they're lucky like those two. Yes.
sir, if you if you like, I could keep count. I mean, we basically had there were basically 7 lifeboats, and on each lifeboat could account for like 6. So there were basically pretty much just. Oops, oh, I pressed reload on the game. Hang on, let me reload my game.
Alright.
So basically,
So a lifeboat has 6. Okay.
yeah. So basically, there were supposed to be 42 soldiers, but if I remember right, one of the the boat that you had, only had pretty much just you, 2 other soldiers. No, yeah, you, 2 other soldiers, had Baba and that Victor fella, and then on Zwei's boat there were 2 other soldiers and that insect fella. So pretty much,
Alright.
I'd say there were only 38 soldiers on the lifeboats. Oh, well, not 38, because if we're gonna count as well the people, yeah, 38 soldiers that were on the lifeboats.
That's 12 potential members dead. And Belfry and a few others were enslaved. I don't. Wait, I do have it. What's my notes? You know what? I'll just buy 20 swords. How about that? That-
I mean, you could always just buy 1 sword, sir, and then we could. Wait, what am I doing? I
Describe
want to help
all
them.
the names
I
on
want to
the.
help this place. No, sir, buy 100 swords.
we have
Can't ca-
100 swords.
we can't carry them all.
We're
Maybe
not
just buy a
carrying them. We're gonna stab it on the ground.
maybe
Yeah, like
just buy a really expensive
there's
sword.
Okay, what's this very expensive sword?
You see him looking at like,
Why
or
does
how
it keep
about
saying this? Why is doing perception checks on my end?
maybe it's just loading for you.
Maybe.
He's basically like, well, there's
he
this sword,
sees
sir. It seems to
everything.
be a ceremonial sword. It seems to be more like a treasure kind of sword.
Alright, that will do, I guess. I would like to engrave all the names of the potential dead onto the sword.
I can do that, sir.
Alright, how much is this one going to cost?
25 gold, sir.
25 gold, 25 gold, 25 gold, 25 gold. Where on earth did I put all the treasure? Alright, it might be
The
in the
stash.
stash because I can't carry shit.
You can. You just can't carry more. 'Cause you're already carrying a lot.
I'm gonna be encumbered. You know what? I'll just give them straight up money. Easier that way. 25 gold from the stash.
Oh, thanks, sir.
Alright. Have I ever asked what Posterior did before his life here?
No,
I don't
sir, you
think so.
haven't.
So
Who are you
what have
talking to, sir?
what? I was thinking out loud. He pulls out a book, with all his notes about everyone. What did you do before coming into the army?
Mm,
Besides having very bad parents.
I used to work for the Merchants Guild, sir.
Ooh, the merchant
My
skill. Do
father,
tell.
my father was a merchant, and so was his father before him.
Oh, what? Uh, what's the name of the magic company?
Called Siegfried.
You don't see it more, but I'm staring at you right now.
But
Siegfried or Sidfried?
you type it.
Oh, is this the Germanic hero Siegfried?
Yeah,
Oh,
it is. Oh,
Siegfried.
Zig. Yeah. Imagine if it was Siegfried.
It's not Siegfried, it's Siegfried.
Okay.
Staring at Siegfried. Well, what did your family specialize in? The merchandise.
We specialize mostly in what do you call this? Um, pretty much armaments, armor. Not not those
Ah.
kinds of armaments, because pretty much in terms of weaponries and stuff. From what I remember, that was basically kind of monopolized by the Hartqueen family.
Did it did it now? Do tell more about the Hot Gleam family.
Hmm?
Because we found this Hot Gleam made pocket watch. He pulls out the pocket watch.
Because he looks at the pocket watch you made, and he's like, "This, sir, I think this isn't a Hartqueen one. This seems more like an imitation of a Hartqueen pocket watch."
That's one of the
Can
fakes
you
they
tell?
made.
Yeah,
Like what's one of the defining trait of a Hot Gleam pocket watch?
well, the defining trait of the Hartqueen pocket watch is basically you have to look at the screw in the back. It basically turns over to the side, and he points to the screw here that's on the back of the watch, pocket watch. As you can see, the screw that's used here isn't heart shaped.
Interesting.
Actual pocket, like actual heart gleam equipment, or any form of heart gleam devices, they basically have a screw or some sort of embellishment on it that's basically of a heart shape. For anything mechanical kind of like devices like clocks and whatnot, they usually have a heart shaped screw.
Ah.
For our weaponries, it
Ooh.
would usually have, sometimes it would be the hilt of the sword that has an intricate heart shape, or you know the Hartqueen family, they basically manufactured a lot of weaponry used in different wars. Though ever since, I'd say, 10 years ago, no, 15 years ago, the Hartqueen family just kind of went up and vanished.
Mm. Any reason why?
Mm,
In fighting? Any rumors?
well, based in my studies, there was some sort of war that happened between a lot of what was that? Yeah, it was kind of like infighting. I think one of the Hartqueens basically pretty much started a war with another nation, and they were trying to basically eradicate the whole idea of, how do you call this, war merchants, or like selling weapons for war.
Huh. Huh.
But you know war never changes.
War.
War never
War
change.
never changes.
Like even if they were
War is
able to
hell.
dismantle even if they were able to dismantle the supply of weaponry, or even like Alkenstar stuff like guns and whatnot, then they'll just resort to swords. They'll take away swords. I'm pretty sure people will just resort to sticks. And if they get rid of sticks, they'll just use stones. I don't think they're ever gonna be able to get rid of selling weaponry.
That is true. Well, it was nice of the Rebel Hot Gleam member to at least try.
Rebel Hartley member? There was mention
Yeah.
of that.
Oh, I was referring to the one that wanted to stop the war mentioned.
Well, oh, you mean the war? Well, the thing is, he wanted to eradicate war by starting an all-out war that would pretty much just wipe out at least half the continent.
Okay, never mind. I
Huh.
retract my statement. Also, is that just an AOT reference?
Kind of.
Eh.
Literally
Hmm.
AOT, fucking Thanos. wipe out half the population to slow down things.
You know, he could have made it so that he'll become the greatest villain ever known and have somebody kill him off. That might have worked.
No, basically he wanted to make sure to control all weapon trading. That basically only he would be able to control all of it. And by basically not selling weapons to anyone, no one would have use for war. That's what he thought, but instead, well, let's just say the weapons that you buy end up getting turned on you in the end.
Mhm. That is true. That is unfortunately true for war.
That's why
War
we
Oh,
trade.
hey!
that's why
Yeah.
we keep documents nowadays on people who buy bulk weaponry and whatnot.
Alright, alright.
It's like common
Hmm.
practice now in guilds.
Bureaucracy.
Hmm. Another reason to go back to Absalom then. Oh well.
Speaking of
Uh,
Absalom, was going to I was trying to apply for the Merchants Guild, but I don't know why, but my dad got a letter of
alright.
recommendation from the council, and I was suddenly, thrown into the squad, even though I wasn't even trying to apply to be a soldier.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Did you do anything to piss off your dad?
No, my dad loves me. Thank.
You think?
I mean, I gave him gifts every day. I always reminded him of, I looked up to him quite a lot.
What kind of gifts?
Everything that I make, like, because I've been trying to, like, follow in his footsteps of becoming a good salesman. I've been studying everything. I mean, I remember that at one point, some of the merchants even said that I was a better merchant than he was.
Ah,
Trying to get rid of competition? Question mark?
yeah.
Huh?
But wait, that
Why
is
would why
wait.
would my dad get rid of me if
Are you the oldest child? Are you his favorite child?
I'm his only child?
I mean, someone else, not that doesn't have to be his dad. Someone else, I don't know, wants to get rid of it.
Do you have uncles?
Mm, no, my father was also an only child because pretty much my father is known to be the best merchant in our guild. Well, I I guess I would have been the best merchant in the guild if I became a merchant there.
All right. The plot thickens. The plot does thicken. I see Ruktha walking up to his shop, right?
Yep, Ruktar is like here digging up a bunch of stuff.
Does he look mad?
He seems frustrated, and the first thing that you do notice that he throws out is the flute that he's been playing to talk with.
Oh,
I catch it.
Yeah, you
I catch
you
the flute.
grab it from the ground. It's a bit dusty now.
Hey, Ruktha, buddy old pal. What's going on?
You see him
Why
like
are you throwing away the loot?
you see him raise his head, and he's just like has this angry expression on his face.
Alright, he doesn't talk.
And he looks
I
at
give
you.
him
and Shodan's not here either. To
I give him pen and paper to write.
He basically writes down. He's writing down like a whole like line and stuff, and he passes it to you. And then he's seeing that, like he writes down. He's saying he's throwing out everything that belongs to he who consumes.
But why?
Oh,
You see him go
Also,
into the
he owns stuff. What kind of stuff?
you see a satchel that's just been thrown out. It's just a satchel
Hey,
with like a bag, and it has a journal there.
Hey, why are we throwing out he who consumes? I thought it was your buddy, your best friend, potential lover.
He writes down on the paper and he gives it to you, and he says, "We broke up."
Oh,
Why did you break up? Tell me. Do we have alcohol?
no, stop. Don't,
Do we
don't
have
try to.
alcohol? Oh no, Ilara's here too. Ah shit.
Ilara is like walking around. She's just like,
I'm
she
gonna run
sees
out of
you.
paper.
A
She
bunch
saw,
of people.
she sees you, and then she just nods your head. And she just nods your head at you, like acknowledging you, like just like Captain Steel.
I nod back and I ask her to come here for a sec.
She walks over.
Uh, shit. There's too many people who can't talk.
I know sign language, sir.
Of course you do. Uh, well, she's mute. She's not deaf. So on this idiot's end posterior, he likes you, but he doesn't know what to give to you to show that he likes you.
Are you saying that?
Yes, I'm saying it to her.
Oh, okay.
She's mute, not deaf.
She's scratching her head, and then does a sign language. Sterling responds in sign language. Oh, so you said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then he basically turns to Steel and like, um, apparently the flowers I gave her, um, she was allergic to them.
And well, now you know what not to buy for her, and you should apologize for that. Ilara, give him another chance to at least be friends with you. Rukta, stop that!
Rook,
Don't.
you just hear Rookra throwing out dishes, throwing out some like a spoon and a fork. Basically, apparently stuff that they considered as his now or something like that. Ever
Hey,
since their partnership,
stop! You're throwing out the entire Stop it, Rukta!
you just see a mug bounce on your head. Bonk.
Stop it! I know you're mad at him, but what happens then? What happens tomorrow, the day after? How would you feel?
He writes down on the paper and then he just shows it to you, and it reads, it reads, "I didn't want him to leave, but he's leaving anyways." And then he writes
You
down
do.
again. He writes down again.
Okay.
"I wanted him to
Okay.
stay here with me, but
Aww.
apparently he wants to travel the world more."
Well, Rukthar, listen. Stop throwing things. He was enslaved for 30 years, I think. He was a slave for a long time when he wanted to travel around the world trying to gather data, materials for his research, and he was enslaved. So now that he has a chance to be free and to do what he wants, you cannot be upset that he wants to go and explore, Rukthar.
You see him grab the paper quickly, and he's writing quite a lot of things now, angrily, and then he shows it to you. He's like saying, like, why would he want to go again? He's just gonna get caught again, and then he's just gonna be enslaved again. What if something happens to him and I'm not there? What if like he goes somewhere and no one was gonna understand him and I'm not there to translate? What if he gets captured and no one's there to save him? What if he gets attacked and no one's there to protect him? And he's just like a lot of frustrations.
Uh, for some reason, the paper has extended. I mean, you could always come, and there's always us, and we have Zwei, and
Like,
oh wait, I don't know. Shuda wants to come with us.
when
We
you
have Zwei.
when you mentioned that, he's just like, "Wait, you're going with him?"
Who
He's asking.
who's talking here?
He's talking with you. It's like it's
Rokthar?
Rokthar, yeah, with writing, basically.
Ah, okay. I mean, I assume he's going to follow. I'm not letting him out alone. You know, that's Yellow Seals. We here to kill. We were there to vengeance. Vengeance, Rukthar. Vengeance upon the Yellow Sails. Yes, vengeance.
He said he basically writes down. He said, and then he says right down. He said he's going to next.
Are we going to next?
No, that's
Where
what
did
Yeah.
that's what
why?
that's what he who consumes said is going to next.
Yeah, but are we going to? Because I know.
It's one of the things
Mm,
that on the list.
wait.
It's a
I know the
lead.
sister went to next. Is next the undead capital?
No, that's the magic capital.
Okay, so
That's
the
Geb,
undead is
I think.
Geb.
Geb.
So
Geb is the undead one.
uh, the fake Baba Yaga is going to next, right?
Yes, she's headed there.
And
So
Zwai's brother is in next as well.
What the story of where?
that's where he last headed to
Yes.
from
Hey,
the
good.
information we've
We
gathered.
are also going to next, as it seems to be a point of interest, Ruktha. So yes, we will be going together. So come your tits. Stop throwing things. How many
It's
things
like-
does one person have?
He starts writing down again. He says he's writing down and he just suddenly says he wishes that he says I wish I could go with you guys, but and then he just says like that and then he's just I can't he just writes down again. There's reasons why I can't leave the village for too long. And then and then that
Wonder what that reason could be.
And what are those reasons?
he just says he just doesn't respond. He doesn't write anything anymore. After throwing out all of the things, he just closes the door.
Well, Steel will pick up all the stuff for consume, then put that. Well, does that? I just carry it to Ace's house, I guess. How are these two, by the way? Are they talking? Are they good?
So they seem to be doing sign language. They're just communicating now. Then when you carry it over to Ace's house, the door
Are they still doing it?
The door swings open, and you see Ace carrying Gary Princess style. And this isn't his house. This is his clinic. This is his healer's hut. And then you just see, what is it? You're in my way. Did you need
Oh,
something?
your brother is having a heartbreak. He broke up with his boyfriend.
You you're saying Rupler tried to bed someone?
I don't think it got to that part, but they broke up, and he's currently
We
throwing.
didn't see.
Oh, so the usual thing.
Yes, the usual thing. He has thrown everything. He's locked himself inside his shop, and yeah, I'm
Ah.
gonna put this in your house. Don't mind me.
He basically says, he'll get over it. He usually has a new plaything every now and then.
Plaything.
Okay.
You see Ace still carrying Gary towards his house, and you see Gary is just hiding his face. Sir, Steele,
Congratulations!
Why did you have to be
Congratulations!
here, Sir Steele? Why? You could have
Well,
just continued talking with everyone else. And,
I was gonna ask you guys how you guys holding up, but well, I guess this answers my question.
What? Going to bed him for 5 hours now? No,
Right now.
Gary can't seem to formulate words.
I don't know which is more impressive, that the dude can fuck for 5 hours or his hole can survive for 5 hours.
Who said he would think about surviving?
God
did say-
damn. Maybe that's why he's a healer.
Aiden did say, he was a prostitute. So, it's nothing that he hasn't dealt with
A
before.
prostitute doesn't fuck for 5 hours.
We don't know that.
I think.
Like,
If
don't
you
worry.
hire a client and he fucks you for 5 hours, you need to up your rate.
Yeah.
Like you see Gary just holding up his like hands and then just like, Sir Steele, like I don't know how to feel about this. Like this doesn't feel like the usual thing.
What do
Usually,
you mean? The usual thing.
It's called love.
usually when usually when there's like clients or something, I just get to leave up go. But why does it feel nice to be with this person? And
It's
why
called
do I
love.
don't want to be away from him?
I do still does see the ring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're probably married, you idiot, and you're in love.
I mean, I know, and why do I feel like if someone tries to, you know, do things with him, I'm going to cut their heads off.
There's several like
Oh
relationships going on.
no, he's a yandere.
Oh no.
Oh no,
It's like
he's a yandere.
several relationships going
Speaking of
on
which,
in
by the way,
this settlement
I think
right now.
I'm not sure if you remember, but still, this is the person you decided to up rank to lieutenant.
Yes, I know, but I didn't know he was a yandere. We'll have a talk after the 5. Oh, you know what? Tomorrow, don't fuck him. At least for a short while tomorrow, Ace. I need to talk to him. I need him alive. So
Huh? What do you mean by fuck? What's this word fuck?
do not bed him. I need him alive so that he can walk and talk tomorrow. So bed him gently.
Don't worry, we've been training his legs this whole time. He can handle it.
Goddamn. Goddamn. Okay, still just gonna put all the consumed stuff in the house and just I'll leave you guys alone then. Goddamn.
Look how
Goddamn.
stupid love makes everyone around here.
Oh hey Baba. How are you?
Watching the mess you fools create.
I hope you're having fun. Woo. Oh wait, do you know what consume is?
He went on the boat, didn't he?
Steel doesn't know that. Where's the boat? Where are they? If they're on the boat.
They went to Alkenstar.
Oh, oh, fuck.
What's so concerning?
Well, I don't want Consume to leave without saying goodbye to the lover. You know what? Whatever.
Listen, from
yes.
what I overheard, if he's unwilling to let him go or do anything that he wants to do outside of this village, then that's just another form of enslavement.
Fair. That is indeed fair.
And I'm not keeping my voice down if he can hear me, because Baba doesn't give a shit.
Shall we get a megaphone?
Baba, I wanted
I mean,
to roll perception though.
Okay.
Baba is here for the tea. Oh my god.
You can feel magical energy coming from Ruktar's hut.
Aha. So it's him.
But why?
That's why what he said when
What's-
he can't leave.
What's up, Baba? You look distracted.
Called thinking. You should try it sometime.
What's thinking? Oh hey, if you wanna embarrass Ruxar more here, he wrote some embarrassing stuff on this piece of paper.
And look at it for a moment.
The thing that you see is the one that you mentioned where he can't leave this village for too long a time.
Evidence.
So, It's like a snap of the fingers as Baba snatches this list out of your hand.
Aha!
He is giving it willingly. Be like, oh, here's some good tea you might enjoy. I don't know.
Oh dear, this poor child with his heart broken. Maybe I can talk some sense into him.
Don't kill him.
She's gonna go up to the hut and rap on the door with her stick because her hands wouldn't cause enough of an impact to actually, knock.
That's rare.
So you knock on the door and he does open it, and Ruktar just looks at you, at Baba, because yeah, he doesn't know anything to say, and he's just like tilting his head, wondering what's happening.
I heard about what happened. I would like to talk to you and give you some advice.
And
Preferably not shouting in the streets.
he tries to look for some paper, but he can't find any paper, so he's just like nodding, and then he just
Baba holds up a hand for him. I know you can talk. We can talk inside.
he walks inside the house, and then he basically he then like just invites you in the house, and then he's just like sitting like he's just preparing some tea, and puts like some tea on the table for both of you.
I shut the door and then, shove the house like perch on like the seat so that like the porch comes right up to the table.
Mhm. And then he's just
So
like
I've heard about your little fight.
eventually he's just like nodding.
I also have read your reasonings. She will pull out the list and put it down on the table. Let's see, you're afraid of him going off and getting imprisoned, enslaved again. What if he gets hurt? What if people can't understand him?
Yeah, he's nodding very like yeah.
Well, how come you can't go with him? You went to Alkenstar.
He's like he seems to be like looking sideways, like he seems to be like looking like averting his gaze. He's trying to avert his gaze when you mentioned like him leaving for Alkenstar for a while.
You never did get that robe you were looking for, did you?
He nods.
Why can't you leave the village for a long time?
He's averting his gaze again,
Don't look away from me, boy.
and then he quickly snaps his eyes back to you. But I want you to roll perception real quick.
Okay. Ooh, Bob on it today.
So as you like, whenever you seem to ask him about like why you can't leave, like what's stopping him or something like that, he seems to be like he tends to avert his gaze, and he seems to be looking towards a specific direction, which
Is it the
is
same direction as the hut where his dad is?
it's both, like it's basically the same direction. That hut, the direction is the hut, and it's also to the direction of something in his room.
Baba will turn and look.
So as you look towards the direction that he's staring at, you see what seems to be like a statue, and the statue looks like a monkey. This monkey statue basically has its hands covering its mouth.
Speak no evil.
Is this why you can't speak?
He's like, he's like not nodding. He's just like standing still, sitting still.
She'll have the hut like bounce down from the chair and go up to examine the statue.
So you're examining the statue, and you do see something. Some, like, basically the statue has like etchings on it, and from what you can understand, the etchings seems to be a specific language, and you don't understand the language, sadly.
Could I roll society to try to figure out what the language is? Like,
Yes.
be able to recognize the alphabet, if not understand it.
Yes. Can go ahead, roll. Side. Tapping into your knowledge of all general.
Oh wow.
Damn, Baba's on it today. All right, so
There's
As-
drama involved. Baba's in.
so you
The
basically understand this to be, not only do you immediately understand this to be dragonic, but you also kind of like recognize it to be the same amount of letters as letters in Ruktar's name. So you can kind of like make a bold assumption that it's Ruktar's name written there based on the patterns. Like, that's his name etched on it.
And how did your name get on here?
He's averting his gaze again, and this time to the direction of the hut.
This man can't play poker for shit.
Did his dad do it? Or his previous mom? Maybe.
I'm gonna go into the hut for a moment and go get a piece of paper
Mm-hmm.
and put it down on the table before the hut hops back up and I slide it down. You know a lot more than you let on, boy. How are you involved with your father's curse?
So he picks up a piece of a piece of like paper, and then the paper that you give, and then he tries to write down. As he's like writing down, he writes the word he. Then after he tries to write the word he, you can see him kind of like freeze up. Like, he can't move his hand past the, like, to write down. And he tries to write down a different he tries to write it differently. He writes that person, and then continues to write. He's like trying to think hard, and then writes, says, eventually finds the words to write, which seems to like go through the thing. He just writes, made a deal. So basically, he just wrote, that person made a deal.
And when I assume when he was trying to do he, it was in terms of like talking about his father rather than himself. So you made a deal with your father in order to not speak of what happened.
He's shaking his head. He's basically, you quickly see him like try to like scribble down something. So the first thing is he's trying to write something, but it's like not, he's like unable to write it. So instead he's trying to, you see him like then trying to draw. So again, he's like, as he's trying to draw something, it's not working. So instead, he's basically, he opens the window he opens the window and he's the window that's facing downwards here,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's basically trying to point. As he's trying to point his finger over, he's trying to point it over to steel, and it's still pointing. But he's trying to move his hand further in a direction. But as it's trying to point towards Zwei, you can see his hands unable to point at Zwei.
Huh?
He's been bewitched to not speak.
Did one of the ones from Absalom curse you?
You see him like actually being able to nod, like something like he's like nodding.
Zwei's sibling cursed you.
Damn, why?
He's like shaking his head, but he's pointing to the word deal on the paper.
You made a deal with Zwei's sibling.
He shakes his head and he points to the word he.
Your father
Brother?
made a deal with Zwei's sibling.
He's nodding.
I had a feeling. Because, out of character, not kinda, but because, Zwei's not there to talk about it. His sister is a paladin, and don't they know the divine magic?
Yes, they
Yes.
do. They do have access to different magic.
Yeah, so it
Zwei.
kinda lines up.
So your father made a deal. And part of the deal was being put into that cursed sleep that he's on.
He's nodding.
Let me guess. You saw him do it. And that's why something had to happen to where you couldn't speak it. Or even write it down.
He's nodding.
Is it related, or does your curse originate from the statue?
He's like shaking his head. It doesn't seem like he's sure. But basically
Can
he's
I
like,
make a
yeah, go ahead.
Can I make an occultism check on the statue to see like what the significance of it is? Like if it's maintaining it or what it has to do with all of this, because Rookthar's name being on the statue has to have some meaning.
Yep. Go ahead and roll occultism.
Oh, his wife's gonna be pissed.
Why is it something that happens is always your family?
I don't know. That's what he's here to figure out.
So, from what you understand, this statue is kind of like it is a binding statue, but from the way that it's crafted, because this statue is made of metal, and the way it's crafted, it is very local materials, and then the kind of magic it's done, it's basically like just very basic, just a basic curse. And then Ruktar is like, while you're like analyzing the statue, Ruktar is still pointing to the word he.
So, your father made this statue,
He's nodding.
and your father took away your ability to speak.
He's nodding.
Baba wants to look over the statue and see if there's some way, if she can't break the curse on the husband, maybe she can break the silence curse on this statue.
So basically, he basically ends up like, as you're like looking through it, he seems to be like whenever you're lifting the statue or like looking around the statue, he's kind of like making
Mhm.
sure that you're being careful with it. He's worried about it, like falling.
Why are you why are you so concerned about it being broken if it maintains your curse?
He then pulls out like paper, and then he's pointing to the word he again. He's pointing to the word he, and then he
Your
basically put
father?
there the statue, and then if he crosses out the statue, he's crossing out the statue, and then he puts down the word. He puts down the word of like. Oh no, he's not putting down the word. He's basically pointing to his throat. He's like he's pointing at throat or mouth, like he's making like voice, like
Mm-hmm.
gestures.
Acting like he's talking.
Yeah. So he's pointing to that, like if the thing is like X, like he's putting an X on the statue, and then he's like making the voice thing, and then he just like makes the thing of like disappearing, like evaporate.
If the statue's broken, you'll never get to speak again.
He's nodding.
I'll be careful. Wait a minute. You were there when your father made the deal. Is the term of the geese broken when he hears your voice?
He's shaking his head, but
Okay.
when you mentioned geese, he basically is like saying like he seemed like kind of like twitching around, and he's just like saying he's like trying to writing down. He's like writing the word, but he's like trying so hard to write the word, but it's not working. Then he quickly digs up some books, and
Is he the geese?
as he's like trying to dig up some books, he points to like what seems to be a simple merchant book, and you
Mm-hmm.
see the words on the merchant book. It says terms and conditions, and he's trying to point to it, but can't point to it. But he's trying his best to point
Okay,
to
the
it.
terms and conditions of the geese are.
No, and then he's just pointing to his own head. Like he's pointing to his eyes. He basically is like signaling to you that he was able to see and like remember.
Oh, so you
Oh.
know the term of the geese, but you can't speak it
He's
because of your
nodding.
curse.
Oh,
So if I
that's
so if I break the curse on your ability to speak, you'd be able to tell me how to break the geese.
He's like basically doing a maybe.
Well, currently it's my best lead. And your mother is going to be furious if she found out that he did this to himself.
He's like basically like seemingly sad. Like he seems a bit sad. Then he's just like he's like suddenly like surprised, and then he's like mentioned he's doing the voice action thing again,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's pointing to his own head, and then he's like trying to imitate Victor.
Telepathy?
Ooh.
Yeah, he's like raising his finger.
One moment. Bubba's gonna go out, and I'm gonna go fetch Victor from his idle watching of the swimming.
All right,
that's
so
my
then
right.
Victor,
That's my right.
you just see who like Victor, who's just been sitting at this thing the whole time, is just like, oh, hello, Baba. I've just been serving this person.
Well, come along, Tidman. I have a use for you.
And he gets dragged. What am I watching?
We have bird watching. Now we have Benisep watching.
Knowing the luck going on, he won't be going anywhere.
Right. What are we doing here?
So I'll take him inside.
Okay, and then
I
it's
want
like,
you to speak. I need you to be a speaker right now. You speak telepathically with him, and then relate what he wants to say to me. He cannot speak or write what due to being under a curse. But the curse can't keep him from thinking something, and therefore you can be the mouthpiece.
that is indeed true. And then he's basically, Victor's just like looking at Ruktar for a while, and then he's now speaking to Ruktar, and Ruktar said like, Ruktar, can you hear me? And then Ruktar's like, uh, hello? Can you hear me?
As much as I can. So, did Victor connect us telepathically, or is he just speaking what
He's speaking,
Ruktar's
yeah, he's
or
speaking what
saying?
Ruktar's saying, but I'm gonna do it in Ruktar's voice to not make it confusing.
Okay, yeah,
All right,
totally.
and it's just like, I, yeah, I managed to be a witness. So, this thing that you said, chaos,
Yes.
it happened a long time before Father collapsed. I witnessed it the first time Father visited the Absalomian camp. I was with him. And that was also where we met that guy's brother.
The brother.
It was Celis who did it.
Go on.
I saw them basically call in other people. There was another person fully dressed in white. I don't know who they were, but they were dressed in white. Their face was covered with wings. Their face had wings, and it was covering their eyes. This person was saying a lot of things to the rat person's ear, and the rat person was nodding. And then they said something to my dad, but I can't remember anything that they said to my dad. My dad nodded, and then suddenly they basically had my dad enter this circle that they drew on the ground. And the only thing I could hear from the stuff that they were telling to my dad was basically that my dad isn't supposed to wake up as long as he remembers anything from the like anything from what they discussed.
Mm. Clever.
Basically, part of the chaos that was mentioned was the moment that my dad would return home, the moment that certain someone, my ex-mother, would basically touch him. That's when the sleep would start.
Oh.
It was a ploy to pin on her.
And then, pretty much, that was also the time, like before that, when we were headed home, that was also the time that Dad gave me that statue and told me to carve my own name into it.
And it took your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I think I might know how to give you your voice back.
Can?
Let me try something. Baba's gonna go up to the statue for a moment. Statue takes away the voice of the whose name is carved on it, correct?
It's like basically like he's nodding because he's like, that's what he thinks.
I cast mending on the statue so that it'll mend the engraving on it.
So as you cast
Oh.
mending on it, it completely fixes the statue and the etching just disappears. And with that etching, you just hear a gasp as Ruktar then, hello? Hello?
I hear you.
Ah,
His voice is back.
He speaks. Ariel can sing.
it's been a long time since I heard myself.
Well, enjoy it. I'll
Hey,
think of what you owe me later.
thank you. But there's something else that I wanted to do.
What?
This friend of yours here, Victor, right? You're able to
Mm-hmm.
see things, memories of objects. That's why I remember you mentioning. Yes, you can. Then, here. He basically goes back to the back of his room, grabs what appears to be, what do you call this? A piece of cloth. This is a piece of the robe of that guy with the wings on his head. The one talking to the one talking to the one talking to the Isoki. This is a part of his robe that he was wearing. Maybe you can see something through it? I'll try. Victor is like Victor holds Victor is holding onto the thing and he's like concentrating. Then uh, you Baba, you notice that Victor, his arm, like the catalyst one, begins to glow,
Mm-hmm.
and Victor
Oh.
ends up like beginning to kneel, and he's just like, "Ah, it's one of them,
Mm.
someone from the tapestry. That robed person is hiding us." Basically, he's like looking at this like piece of fabric. Baba, what is this place called? Geb.
The kingdom of the dead. Oh joy. So each one's gone in a different direction.
From what I remember, Zuai mentioned that his brother went up north to Nex, and Antraken mentioned that the sister who changed her face went down to Geb. But this doesn't add up. If the person who was doing things with this winged, with this robed person was the brother, then shouldn't it be the brother who should be in Geb?
Unless when she
Go ahead.
traded in her face. What if she now looks like her brother so that they could be in two places at once?
Hmm. I wonder if there's a way for us to connect with Anthrakin so we can ask.
And Traken is.
The one with the masks.
Ah. Well, I imagine that is an entity who will find us, as creatures of that domain often do.
Oh. This thing. From the memory that I was able to get from this fabric. He basically calls himself as a pope of some sorts
Of course he does.
in Geb.
Hmm.
Is Geb some sort of, you know, place where they worship the gods?
Geb is a kingdom founded upon necromancy. There is only one state religion.
Hmm.
Ergothoa.
Oh, I don't think. No. Who's the god that has multiple wings? I didn't really study up on
Siren Ray has multiple wings.
this. Is this the same god who dresses themselves in white garbs and bright light and has
White.
a symbol of fire?
Yes, that's her.
Then what would be a so-called pope of this person be doing in Geb?
Easy. Leading her resistance. In the
But
meantime, however, I have another use for you.
yes,
Give me a moment. First, Rookthar,
yeah.
I'm going to give you something very rare.
What is it?
I'm going to give you a free piece of advice. If you care about something, you need to be willing to let it live as it wants and trust that it will come back.
You
Oh,
mean Connor?
Is that what he's called?
I just call him Connor because he who consumes is too damn long,
Fair.
and he seems to like it.
If
like
you
a
keep
good
your
name.
if you keep him shackled to yourself and never let him free, he'll be like a dog pulling against a leash.
I guess I'm just a bit. I really want to travel with him, but I can't.
Why?
Well, that's not the only thing. He basically moves over to like because he does like the monkey like is already mended, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he moves on to the other side of the room and he's basically pulling out what appears to be another thing, which is it seems to be just a small charm of sorts. And then he basically grabs the pen that he's holding, and then he just stabs like his own hand with the pen,
Uh,
and then he presses He presses the stone against his hand, and it heals his hand. And then he basically says, like, I need to stay here to keep Dad alive.
You're what's sustaining him.
He's like nodding, and then Dad, before Dad, you know, went to went back here, I asked him why he was doing these things, why he did this deal with his Sophie. And then he said he just told me to trust him. And Dad was always very kind, and he always put everyone in the village ahead of his own, you know, needs. So I always trusted him. So I don't know what his reasoning was to do this deal, but to just leave him in this state, but I trust him. And I don't want him to die.
Oh. You need to learn to trust others, boy. At least if you're going to have a heart that big. You say that charm needs to be applied to him once in a while to keep him alive, yes?
It's, what do you call this? It's more of a matter of transferring my vitality to him.
And it only works for you?
He basically hands it over to you, and the moment he hands it over to you, it turns into a normal pebble.
Hmm.
It That person, the guy whose eyes were covered with wings, he's the one who gave that to us.
I see. So it doesn't just work for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my point still stands. If you're if you feel you're stuck here, then you need to trust him to come back to you.
I I guess you're right. If
But
yeah,
I also have an idea for waking up your father.
hmm?
I also have an idea for waking up your father. And if he's awake, he won't need you.
That is true.
And then you can go where you want.
I also want to explore.
I can tell.
But not to more casinos.
No more casinos.
Now, speaking of which, Victor, come with me.
Right?
You can contact other people's minds, correct? As we just saw.
To an extent, yes.
I've seen you lurking over others when they are asleep.
What's the
Hmm. I not particularly looking over their thoughts, but more like consuming, feeding off their emotions.
Do you think you could go in, contact a sleeping mind and get the information that he knows?
He's basically like he's basically thinking I would be able to. However,
And then, hmm?
that would leave my body in a state of what do you call this? Vulnerability, where it's just going to be, have to be dragged
Lifeless?
around. Yes.
I promise that I will make sure that your body is kept in good condition until you gain the ability to function again.
All right. Then in that case,
But
there's
one
one
other
thing I
thing.
can do. Yeah. That
Once you get the memories and the information out of this sleeping fool, I want you to erase them.
not need to keep copies. Or-
Knowing, having the memories is the source of his geese. You remove the memories, he'll wake up. He wakes up, Rukthar is free to do as he pleases.
Let's see. All right. So he basically walks here, knocks on the door, opens up the door, and then gets pounced on by Miktar.
Oh, remember she said
you. You're the one.
she's she said not to.
Well, at
Anyone
least she takes her
Um,
job seriously.
I said anyone without my permission, and I'm escorting him
She-
in.
she turns towards like Baba. Ah, Baba. I see. So this was. Oh, sorry. I misunderstood. I thought he was
I
going in here
believe.
to do something to my husband.
Oh, we are, but if I'm correct, it'll be waking him up.
You were able to find out something.
Did you really doubt the mother of witches?
No,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that it didn't take that.
This work, she managed to like figure it out in less than a day.
But Baba kind of like flips her hair almost for a moment. I've already broken your other son's inability to speak.
Wait,
She is the mother of frags, so you know.
Bawa,
wait, she had the
Bawa,
inability to speak? I always assumed he was just mute.
buy one, you get one for free. Said you buy one, you get one for free.
I mean, that's what Shudan always told me, that his brother was always
Oh.
mute.
That the younger brother, who was never around before he was cursed, assumed that he could not speak.
Yes.
The problem with that.
The
Wait,
child who forgets
Baba's
things.
just gonna let the like outstanding debts for this just like silently pile up on Migthar for a moment.
Miktar is like rubbing her head now, like, wait. Shudan told me that
I know.
Arthur would never, was unable to speak because he was mute. And whenever I asked Isengard would just shrug me off.
Because Isengard doesn't like you.
And
Why are kids such a trouble? This is why I never had one.
I thought
Migthar,
okay.
Migthar, do you want some advice from someone with many, many children?
Wait, you have children?
I have more children than you have people in this village.
She's kind of agape. She's like, okay.
If someone doesn't want to be mothered, don't mother them.
I see.
You have two that see you as their mother figure. You don't have to fit the mold.
Oh, she doesn't know Isengard's married.
I don't think he wants her to know. Or doesn't care to tell her.
Instead of trying to force yourself to be his mother, try to know him as a person.
See. So, I should just simply try to getting to know him.
Yes, not as a parental figure, but as someone who his father has taken as a wife.
Thank you. And she basically gets off of Victor and helps Victor up. Apology. I was simply on guard. Thought someone was going to take advantage. My husband.
Oh, don't worry, you'll probably want to beat him unconscious by the time I'm done. He did this to himself.
Himself. Why?
According to Rookthar, a long time ago, they went to a meeting with those Absalomians who were rampaging across the area, and he made some kind of deal.
The Absalomians. The same Absalomians
Like-
who attacked us.
Didn't you find it odd that they stopped all of a sudden? Instead of killing all of you.
Well, there was no casualty.
But didn't they have the forces to do so?
Yes, indeed.
I believe your husband made a deal in exchange for the safety of this village. And as part of the deal, he had to accept a geese placed upon himself. One that would put him to sleep, according to Rookthar, the exact moment that his former wife touched him.
Why does his former wife factor in? What if anyone else touched him? What if his current wife? What if it happened still?
Well, think of it this way. Because he fell asleep as soon as she touched him, who did you blame for it initially when you contacted me?
Her. That's why I killed her.
It's called a ploy.
I need to check on something. Are you people, Baba? Are you and your friend here going to do something with Rook?
Yes.
I'll be right back. I need to check on something. He quickly runs out towards a certain direction.
Baba looks over at Victor. I love when they realize that they've been fools.
Do we see where Mingtha ran towards?
Yeah, she actually runs out through the gate here.
Oh, hey, where you? Oh, there she goes.
You see her running off into the distance, and then, yeah, just kind of just running. She's not even
Should
taking a boat
we-
or
Is she?
even a small boat. She's just running.
Should we follow
Where?
her?
How fast was she running? Do you think we
So
could catch up?
yeah, you and Steel could catch
With
up.
our
Well,
small legs? Oh,
Well, Zwei can catch up, but not Steel, because Steel's wearing heavy armor.
With my short
Wee.
legs, yeah.
Wee.
There,
Alright.
there he goes.
So I'll go here first.
Steel huffing like a fat kid in PE class.
Keep up. Keep
Alright.
up, says Steel.
Victor,
I'm picking up Aiden. He's coming along with us.
Wait, what?
Victor ends up like going in with Baba and alright. This person, right?
Him, yes.
I'm going to try to see and if I can consume that particular thought or memory. However, I'm going to have to do this a bit more thorough. He says, Victor says, as he removes his mask, and he's basically just like, and he also removes the glove from his usual arm, and he just basically presses his he basically presses his hand onto this onto Rook's chest, while kind of like latching his mouth over Rook's head. And as this happens, basically it's not visible to you, Baba, but basically Victor is now working on this. He's now working on this, but Victor's body, his actual body, just slumps over.
Yeah, Baba will keep watch on it. She made a promise.
And then over here, as you guys are chasing after Miktar
with Aiden.
Yeah, with Aiden.
You really just
you
just really drag him along?
He's like wondering,
We need
what is
we
happening?
need a spellcaster.
What is happening here? He's panting. I'm not so good at running.
How did you join the military and not be good at
Well,
running?
I'm a cleric. I'm a support. I'm a support.
You're supposed to run this support as well. I'll give you stamina training, just like how I give Zwei training.
So, as you guys like
How did
already
you do
reached
that?
there, so Zwei, you're keeping up with the same pace as Miktar. Miktar arrives at what looks to be an area where there's like a single stone that seems to be erected, and then you just see Miktar push the stone aside, and you see Miktar beginning to dig.
Where the
When-
wife was buried?
When Steel and Aiden arrive, you notice that like it's already like halfway, and yeah, as the sun is already setting, you hear Miktar scream out, "No, that can't be. Her body, not here."
A dead body can't just walk off. That was
Well, it's not. It wouldn't be the first time this happened.
Sir Steele, there's this thing called necromancy.
yeah, but people pick up the corpse and stuff. They don't just walk away by themselves. Eh,
Yeah, we're gonna end it here for now.
No cliffhanger.
I can finally put Victor in the wheelchair. Where's the frog chair?
God damn it! Just
Put him in the
Where's my
wheelchair
frog
in the
chair?
in the desert. In the desert. You really
That
gonna do
doesn't
that
matter.
here?
Yes, he has. He can. He can use his telekinetic hand. Wait,
Wheeling
what's
him
the-
in the wheelchair on a desert. My God. I'm so hi, Victor. I think he's
You
here
hear-
just to listen.
You hear me,
Yes.
Victor? We can finally put you on a wheelchair. Where
basically,
is the frog chair?
basically, since Victor won't be around for a few sessions, that's basically the reason why he's not around for a few sessions because he's busy diving in
Oh, he's doing the thing.
Rook. Yeah.
Baba hit the plot pretty hard with a hammer today.
Yeah, those rolls though. Ching ching ching.
Lifting like one person in the middle of lifting another one.
Family drama. Here I come.
I like the fact that she is gonna charge Megthar for curing him, not Rukthar himself.
Yeah. Goddamn, Mikthar owes a lot to to Baba at this point.
Oh
All the
yeah.
things.
Not the only one.
She has the highest dev list right now. Oh god. But yeah, it seems like there's a lot more going on with this town, with this establishment more than seems.
I'm just here like, ooh, the drama.
Glad we didn't
Popcorn.
leave.
Oh, by the way,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
That
this whole
probably-
time, Steel, this whole time, I've been like rolling group perception, and now sadly, Steel too blind, too dumb, to not even notice that the thing has been ringing. But yeah,
oh, we're near a.
no, not
Wait,
that.
are we near the?
No, ringing, just a call.
No one heard the ringing of Little Helper.
You're the one carrying the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
basically
Steel
the-
was dodging all the things this man was throwing, fixing this relationship, embarrassing this one.
But yeah. Also, hi Siegfried. Lots of stuff happening with the Razorwind family.
Hey, you made another OnlyFans video, the OnlyFans video.
Your character crashed an airship.
And fucked in front of a couple of guys.
What did you do, Steel?
I didn't do shit. It was you.
But yeah, anyhow, yeah, the plot fucking
Do we
It
get
feels like an
experience?
episode of Desperate Housewives. Not gonna lie.
Desperate Housewives.
With all the like relationships
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, I mean, we have a husband going into a coma for some reason with his ex-wife.
Alright,
We
yeah,
have
give the experience.
Heartbreaking drama. We have misunderstanding drama. They got married.
I love the fact that Baba gave fucking relationship advice.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Out of everyone here,
Twice.
And
I mean,
And listen, the reason that she gave
Right.
relationship advice to Rukthar isn't because she cares. It's because he gave her information she needed, therefore she owed him something.
Yeah. Like Baba just hates owing people something. That's it.
Yeah. But oh yeah, Baba Yaga has dozens and dozens of children, not including her adopted children and her extended family.
Gotta.
yeah. Get the-
You know, the scariest part is every 100 years she shows up with a new daughter to set on the throne of Irison as the new Witch Queen, meaning she's still having daughters,
Yep.
and she's even had a few sons.
What happened to the sons?
One of the first ones was Gregory Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Rasputin? That Rasputin?
Yeah, that-
Yep, you fight and kill him in Reign of Winter.
Huh.
How does Baba feel about being worshipped as a god by a cleric?
Who fucking dare?
Aiden, I'm gonna be like, hey, we have
I'll
a
kill him.
patron.
he will die. He will
I'll kill
die.
him and I'll kill him and make you wish that you died.
No, Aiden.
You just wanted to learn
He
healing
just wants
magic.
healing magic. He just wants to
Just
learn.
let them support.
But
Just want the
instead, all he
support.
can, instead all he can cast is inner radiance fire.
Listen, if you try to heal somebody and you set them on fire, listen, that's failing spectacularly. There's potential in failing that badly.
Maybe you can just tell him to heal the enemy still. Aiden, heal the enemy.
Actually, no, I have an idea. It's like, oh, if you're thinking about healing us and generating fire, why don't you think about hurting us? Maybe that will heal.
Oh, also I need to tell you
You
this
know what?
deal.
We could try that.
Yes.
Let's see. The ones who gained experience today is Gary, Sterling, Ilara, Aiden. Yeah.
They're
What?
gaining experience now. What?
Finchley
We're
Finchley did nothing today. He was not interacted with today. He has
I
nothing.
I
you're
mean,
playing Three Houses now, Rex.
Yeah,
You
he's
gotta
Level-
role play with people in order to gain XP.
that's fine. I didn't have enough time to interact with Finchley.
this entire this entire this entire time Finchley has just been like sitting in the corner and there's like they don't know I'm the one who found the box.
Also, out of character to the guys, do you want to know how Baba knew about Victor lurking over people when they were sleeping?
Do tell.
Yeah.
Baba might sleep, but the house doesn't.
The
Oh,
house is
damn.
wide awake. It's staring.
And Baba can communicate telepathically with the house just by touching it. So the house tells her what goes on at night when she's asleep.
Oh no, the house is selling Barbara all the nightmare still has.
Still going
Well,
like,
it can't see your nightmares, but like
you can
it
hear
can see Victor like lurking around if he thinks that she's asleep with the windows closed. And she will never admit this because then people wouldn't assume that they're safe when she goes to sleep.
yeah.
True.
Baba just wants the tea. Baba wants the tea.
I mean, if just wait until they find out the house can talk.
The house can talk?
Not only can the house talk, I got a bonus ability from that or familiar thing.
Uh-huh.
It automatically assists me whenever I make an intimidation check.
Oh damn.
The house
Alright.
just peers over you, hovers, stares you down.
I just like I like the idea that the house just has like really good acoustics, so like Baba's voice echoes when she threatens people.
It also has really good soundproofing, so whenever Baba doesn't want to be annoyed, Baba just stays inside, play like on her headphones with her really good gaming. With her
Baba Yaga is peak.
She's a
Baba
gamer.
Yaga is Baba Yaga is peak. You know what? I'm going home, shutting the doors, closing the windows. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
She plays Minecraft.
I still remember that one Oglaf comic where "Leave me to my dark desires" and it closes.
I
Oh,
remember.
she's playing
That's what I was
Minecraft.
referencing.
Yeah.
I thought you were referencing. Remember, I had a Baba Yaga skin on the first Minecraft
yeah, that
server.
one too. Yeah. But yeah. Thank you guys.
I feel
that was
like
very
I'm playing a different game.
Playing Three Houses.
You're
You gotta
you're-
take care
you're-
of your students, soldiers.
Rex. You're playing Pokemon, but with traumas.
Gotta catch
So
the
Gotta catch them
Paolo.
all. At least I'm not going all the way in where and I tell you to you gotta monitor their diet, you gotta monitor what you're eating, your Tamagotchi levels.
Have
Their
they what
Or
what
no.
their food
what
allergies.
weapons have they been training with?
She
you know?
has
What
allergies to
proficiencies?
a flower.
Oh yeah, we have to remember that.
I don't know what
I
flower.
will give you this at least Steel, like in terms of weaponry. You know that
okay.
Gary is well versed in spear and sword. He's well versed in spear and sword. Finchley is also spear and sword.
Okay.
Ilara is the only one in the whole platoon that you know so far who can dual wield two-handed weapons. She's that strong.
I need her to teach steel.
Steerling posterior uses an axe, but he prefers being in the back, like in the back, giving out support.
Uh, you made me go. Wait, did I do?
Prefers backline support. Okay. Aiden is our support. In
Heal,
quotation,
quote unquote.
support.
He's the mage.
Aiden
He's a
has
mage support.
Aiden has a shield and a mace. Shield and mace user, calls himself support, but all of his you know he is well
Brand
versed.
support.
He is well versed in light and
Brand
fire
support.
magic. Light and fire magic.
I need to fix my notes.
You are
No, I need a
playing
table.
Treehouse.
So, so
I
that
can
like,
make a table.
so that like, will this ever like come up in like another encounter where it's like, okay, Steel, you can choose to bring like 3 other soldiers with you during
I
our next
mean,
dungeon
I-
exploration. Like,
I am definitely bringing Aiden because, range support. Maybe one day, I don't know when he'll be like, I can heal now. Who knows?
Maybe he'll be like he'll basically use all his spell slots. I use all 10 of my spell slots, and then he's casts
heal.
heal on Steel, heals 1 HP.
No. He cast wish.
At least he can heal.
He casts wish for 1 HP.
Why? I wish Captain Steel was on 1 HP. Sure, bam. Why?
Can you imagine? He's been like Steel is like dying. It's like, "Ah, I only have 1 HP left," and then he basically wishes, I wish that Steel had full health. And then what happens is that Steel's max HP just goes down to 1 instead of the other way around.
It
Wish
full
is up to
HP.
interpretation.
Uh,
Okay, let's see. Okay, I need a table.
He really is having fire. Like, let's see. Steel is having
Base magic.
fire emblem. Zwei is having the usual Danganronpa Ace Attorney. Baba is having I think what Baba is collecting is she's collecting more people into owing her. what
Baba
game?
collects
Tourism home.
debts and favors.
I think Baba is playing what is this game that Baba is playing? What is that game where you like welcome to Roscalvia or something like that? Papers, Please.
Papers, please.
Oh, papers.
Baba is playing Papers, Please on who's allowed to make deals with her.
Except she's the boss. It doesn't have like
Yeah.
a rules thing of what she's gotta do or not do.
And then Victor is playing Minesweeper, trying to not step on any plans.
Ah, Lord.
Oh my god. So let's
It's okay. I'm
Welcome
just
to our
waiting.
campaign
We're all playing the same game, but also
on
not really.
different modes.
Victor. I think Victor's. For me, I think like my personal thoughts is Victor is gonna have more stuff for him when you guys finally get the next one.
We are going to next, right?
Yeah. I love it. Anyways, that's
Glad
all.
they came back. Instead of like
Welcome to
going
our
the next,
game.
thing.
I thought we had enough time to be like, hey, let's go see Little Helper.
That's also on the agenda. I mean, you still have 1 week before.
Yeah, we do have 1
Thing
week, yeah.
arrives. Yeah.
So I have a question since I kind of came up with the idea of how to fix the guy.
Yeah.
Would my idea of using he who consumes have helped with the curse too?
For what do you call this? For Rook, yes, but it would have helped because he who consumes. Funny enough, he who consumes has no restraints to what he can consume.
Damn.
If
So
it's
all this time,
magical, he can consume it. That's why it's also
all,
affecting
Man,
Baba.
all this time, he could have just sucked Rukthar off and killed him.
The thing is, it's
that just
depending
mean
for him, it just depends on the taste. It's just that sometimes there's taste where it's like he doesn't want to do it.
that means he's dangerous, but at the same time, that is too useful. Ooh, Baba want Baba's gonna find a use for him.
We're going to next. He's going to be useful.
So unfortunately, you can't just like consume the magic animating an undead once it's been in effect.
Yep.
That's why that's why undeads keep functioning even in an area of anti magic.
Ah. Interesting.
Because the thing
But
here,
You're the old
man,
man.
because the thing here about Sukri
he
is it basically says that they literally feed off the essence of magic. The purest essence of magic is what they feed off.
he would be a hell of a weapon when we go to next, though.
Indeed.
And the other thing as well, when it comes to Sukri, is their names are basically indicative of pretty much, their abilities and their evolution. Because Sukri, the Sukri people, as they grow, they evolve, and yeah, it's pretty much there. He is literally
Ha-
an evolving thing.
has he evolved yet? He really
You
is a
gotta think
Pokemon,
this
huh?
is like he is still low level. He mentioned before in the in the past session that he is a scholar, that he basically just started to he decided to like go out of the underdark to learn about how things were here in the overworld, but
I
he
mean,
became a slave.
I imagine the yellow seals would be like, "Eat the magic, you idiot! Eat it!"
Yeah, that's why they had him.
That's why
I
Maybe
they
mean,
kept
maybe
Baba's
he's
him.
not Baba's not gonna be as prude.
Not as, but
The
Well,
funny,
listen,
yeah,
you can get a lot more out of somebody when they believe that they owe you something rather than when you're poking them with a sharp stick.
yeah.
very true.
Also, still, I'll let you know now. He who consumes right now is his base form.
Oh,
He's
He,
still the Eevee.
yeah, literally still the Eevee.
I want him to be a Sylveon. Ruktha, get back together. That's my goal
He who
for those two.
consumes.
You're getting them to breathe now.
I also like the fact I was correct about like, man, you should watch and make sure nobody's sneaking in. I was suspecting the wrong brother, but my idea was correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I assumed it
I
was the
had
other
a
one just because he absolutely did
Hates,
not
yeah, hates
or he
Rukthar.
hates her.
but I would say the
I,
tying up of all loose ends on the dad's part is pretty nice. Got the kid to be silent, pin it
yeah,
on the wife
Yeah, but
until
the,
Baba Yaga came.
yeah, but the question is
I
still
didn't expect
mean,
why.
that.
The question is still why does he do it, and why does Rukthar believe in him still, and why is someone who does a lot of the good for the people doing the like such deals.
One way
Oh,
to
if I have
find
to-
out.
I mean,
There's still a long way to figuring
it's
stuff
also it's also one of those things where Baba doesn't particularly care when people do things for good reason.
True.
All
Baba just
she's
wants
motivated
answers.
about is what she gets out of it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's always been that way with her.
Am I gonna blaze civilization after this in this campaign?
I almost forgot to show. This is something that I was supposed to show Victor, but I forgot to do it earlier. But I'll just show it to everyone. Basically, the robed person you saw. I was supposed to show it.
The robed person? Who was it?
The one with like wings on their eyes.
Yeah, when he touched the robe.
Ah.
Let me.
The robe, alright. Do you guys think we should cultivate Gitna?
Wrong one. Wait,
Cultivate.
Cultivate?
What are we?
What is this, a manga?
I don't know the word, but basically like grow, like give it food and stuff. I feel like we're gonna come back here.
Right now, Gitna is a level 1 settlement.
Yeah, we have to we have to invest resources.
We've gotten seeds. That's about it.
And we did, open up trade routes with the guy from Alchemy.
Yeah,
so,
but that's gonna take a while.
Basically, what I'm gonna say this now. The moment the ship comes back, Gitna becomes a level 3 settlement.
Oh, damn! We're
Nice.
skipping level 2. Oh shit!
It skips level 2 immediately.
Is that actually a mechanic?
There's a mechanic for settlement building.
Oh.
Wait, no, isn't this what's that module called? Wrath of the Kingdoms? Wrath of King? Wrath of Righteous?
No,
Oh,
Kingmaker. You're thinking
Kingmaker?
Kingmaker.
Yes, Kingmaker. Yeah, that's basically what we're talking about, right?
Similar.
Typo is asking where image.
Yeah, here's the maze. Let me go ahead and copy it.
After Boros said that all the companions are gaining XP, I'm just like, okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna take all the time now.
You're gonna be RPing all the time now.
Well, I got what I wanted, I guess.
You gotta what are you gonna do? Are you gonna level them all up evenly, or are you gonna
Yes,
favor?
I'm gonna level them
It's
all
gonna-
up
it-
evenly.
and then you can
There it
send
is. It's in the Misfits
can send-
chat.
you can send the soldiers that you're not using out on scavenging missions or something, so that they're getting passive XP.
There you go.
Well, in the future, what I wanted to do was like gain their abilities or like summon a clone of them or something, or like
What?
summon them.
Summon them in
Who are
combat.
you, Lenneth Valkyrie? Come to me, my
Come to
noble
me, my
Einherjar.
Einherjar.
Yes, basically that being like
But
to
they-
me.
To me, my squad.
To me,
But instead-
my ex.
Yes.
To me, my
Yes.
squad 69.
But
Steel,
yeah, that's
Steel really wanting to build up his his army, basically. You know what?
He's the captain
you know-
now. He's the captain.
I feel
Of
like
course.
if Steel got bigger and bigger, he just goes out for the whole the Fate Rider one. I on your entire also army.
you joke, but I will.
That would be the ultimate version of Steel. And it would still be serving Baba Yaga because he's still in
For the 50
contract.
years, he's got 50 years now because he
Yeah.
took the eye.
51.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, 51, and that just means that you need to be faster when it comes to getting the next eye, unless you. I mean, if you don't want to have to deal with Steel.
Honestly, the eye dropping part was just like, oh damn, everything's aligned. Yoink.
Everything's coming up Steel.
It's like, oh, the eye is in front of Steel. Steel's next. Yoink.
All right. Anyhow, time for me to go. Everyone get some rest. Thank you guys so much. I had
Alright,
fun.
thanks
You
for
guys had
whatever.
fun.
Bor, you're making me want to just keep this going, being like, I want the XP for Finchley.
No. Finchley.
You've already ran
Finchley.
out with.
You ignored Finchley on day one. There you go. You ignored.
I
Finchley on
didn't
day one.
ignore him. I didn't
No, you
have
ignored
enough
him.
time.
You ignored him on day one. He was there the whole time. He was the first one to say hello, Captain Steel, but you ignored him. Ooh, you ignored him. Finchley feels sad. Like, oh, you're Steel. You actually remembered I exist.
Nah. Swear to God, Bor, I'm gonna slap you.
All right. Hey guys.
My NPCs.
Alright, good night.
I'm gonna give them all items.